ensem Paul mo na fra na ku upe ensem eko twiko bata atie dia ene unia tie Unity Radio Worcester United States of America
say juma asem na ye ka New Patriotic Party programs are ye diegu hono ebedu baabi no ye be kran konfo fiama no ne no mo be ye juma wo Ghana
Unity Radio, doing what others couldn't do any better.
Anas video be bonyame. Some people for sheye no mu kasa. Ya bo bia samwa, you have to be careful. And yes, I bring the party down complete. If I bring the video, let's open your gun and iba kupe at Wabama ya. What Anas did as far back as 8th of February 2018. Anas as city ministers in
Unity Radio, one heart.
Communication tax increasing. But oh your caller credit. But you also abandon the tax. The tax net that's abandon atom.
Oh, and you are buying 1 year who better kakra.
Before Enra.
Abaya 1 year who better kakra. Ye to your home better kakra who better.
Before Hello Kruma Yeti.
Mama Pine and Pom. 1 year who better kakra. You must send your bien Ghana. A school for the was send every square and net on your mind. About time in the Bible coach could be we are not certain in China. A Germany. That's a tax when I said we are so. Then you call and I say, you're back. A German just saw him in the person of the which in time of Germany. So to your matter, Casabon Premier and call me person, man. Women is over them. And what I said, what's our women is over them anyhow? Omo ready budget what will be another very many.
I'm Anopa Costa. When I'm in America, I listen to Unity Radio.
Because I'm saying the Babette petrol so also another petrol and the Babette near my soul is a Bama for his own brass of riding one and then only cake once in the year.
Masa enyo ho boga yo ho Ghana sanse kuntu hwa na chia na eko efisem hu hia papa ampa watena bro kirache de na eko so wunchi agira watie Unity Radio dia nka asase timen ada edamframa mu seyo Unity Radio killer bia dadi
na yawada yasan meeting afro I feel na just say from nowhere I feel the enkoti say say gabi o chire da kono ne de meeting na sa radio say ade no kra ekoso no
o chairman san na o shase na o person ye finance minister
no e dey profit ne be brene
so person ye finance minister
me person ye finance minister me na me mama
say I go read the first budget I held there
obi ha o card ne bomu no so
not up to
yatin kensen osumpa na adwuma yanya tiesi comedy ba bia Unity Radio.
See, the language you use here is not technical.
Because we don't think.
Yeah, you learn it from a book. So the English you speak, you know, when you go to America or England, they don't, what you say don't make sense to them. Do you know that? When our big men get up, the qualitability of the globalization, about the totality of the international global relay, all that,
Let's fast forward.
Hey, Unity Radio, Edikanfo create ye.
Now, in all the figures that were mentioned as the valid broadcast and all those things, you were saying if the figures were correct, and that there were inconsistencies in the figures, I want to ask you, now, in your own calculation, what were the total valid votes cast in the presidential elections on 7 December 2020? In your own calculations. Lord, those calculations are reserved for a meeting for us to reconcile the figures, because the first respondent herself keeps changing the figures. And so it says, when you bring your...
Excuse me, let's look at here. Help the court. You see, when you started giving evidence, you said you had all the representatives across the 275 constituencies. You said you put agents as, to use the... Yes, and they were to, coordinate the figures. You said it. Then he's asking you that from that, what figure did you get? You.
My Lord, I haven't brought that figure to court. Okay. Then, from your own calculations, what were the valid votes cast in favor of the petitioner, to your knowledge? My Lord, when we discovered this discrepancy, it was difficult to even know which figures are. You don't know. You just answer. You don't know. I don't have them here. Okay. Then the last one. What figures from your own calculations did the certain respondent get as the total valid votes cast in his favor? My Lord, I don't have those figures here. Thank you. That's all.
Unity Radio and Kabomu Ye.
Honorable Chair, Majority Leader.
Yes, I hear you, Mr. Speaker.
Your powers have not reached that.
Mr. Speaker, I agree with you.
Honorable Majority Leader.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Resume your seat.
I will. Take this on board. Don't relax it. Don't relax the rules.
You don't lead Parliament. You lead the business of the House. As to the role of the Speaker, you haven't reached there yet. When you get there, you do so.
A majority leader is a leader of the House.
I stated it.
Thank you very much.
I stated it. But you are not the leader of the Speaker. At least I have a position in Ghana. Number 3.
Your number 3 is not in government.
No, I didn't say in government. I said in the country. That is what is your position in the country?
Yeni Unity Radio and Kabomu Ye.
Now we should be bold to criticize what you have said. Because NDC for that man was going to be so I don't know what why? That they NDC, why woman choose from Ashanti region to a presidential candidate and now vice presidential candidate? I didn't think I'm there. If you have more Kasa and a more target and a way of nothing and a way a fancy and a way of king and a way and crime. Rubbish. They don't have the party. Anybody who is competent can lead the party, irrespective of where you come from. Who will vote for you?
Non-MC.
And this is what we have to look at the they also choose either Northern or Botelian. I don't think anyone can say the party, the NDC party or Northerners or Botelian.
That lumber here, a Shamiba America, USA, Minyaba B and TSA Unity Radio.
Why, Deputy Minister? What's our minister? What's our vice? Vice never a president. We are the so called president. And son, I was say, yes, I'm a true swabber. As I'm a president. The one and will be already president again and be Africa from a pencil. Will be to me road yet. Could be a different road yet. After the last other candidate, what a pass I didn't have to go. What a purpose I never did my way, never pay wherever a candidate. But I didn't buy it.
Where your big Joe Fraser, y'all, me say Unity Radio.
As you, ọmọ ọmọchi ọmọ galamsey no ọmọ atu ọmọ yebema ọmọ amnesty na ọmọ asaba Lojidi say, Emebia omo from here, omo enu omo ho. Enti yebe yi omo na yama omo another chance.
Unity Radio, edikanfo create ye.
This is why we got into the IMF. You were spending too much relative to revenues, which is true. You were borrowing too much, which is true. Your external payments position has deteriorated, which is true. And so you ended up, your growth is reducing, which is true. So you ended up at the IMF. And the IMF would impose certain conditions, which is true. And if you don't do certain things right, the anchor will not hold, which is true. So I'm not quite sure what it is that is not true that I said. But I think, unfortunately, the supporters of this government and this government itself are very reluctant to admit the truth, even when it hits them in the face. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you about that.
Unity Radio, edikanfo create ye.
Ya emobo Ghana. Etisikaso omenya ohia mai nennam amamua enkoyie ntino ekomde
yani edamu no Worcester bonten so obia tie Unity Radio
nkwasiafo pa mo jimi young people for jimi we will be stupid people. I don't know why I belong to that political party.
Unity Radio edikanfo create ye.
In less than 4 years, this government has spent more money than the MPP did in 8 years. And yet, they have little to show for it. Secondly, this government has borrowed more money than all previous governments put together did in 52 years. I ask, as all of us must ask, Sikano ewahi, Sikano ewahi, Sikano ewahi.
Yani edamu no Worcester bonten so obia tie Unity Radio.
Ani we ya ye bobo se wawen obi gina TV3 so wo ka kire nipa na wo se wo na TV company mfo no kodwan mahama wo ka kire nsa aban ye de kom ne abufuo na to ye so we na bi ka kodina TV3 kan se ko mahama na ka kire nsa de kom ne abufuo na to ye na asa ko na na do so ka kire nsa te kom ne abufuo so no so ba no anye de kom ne abufuo be sa ato ati an kan kire na do so ba na so wan hwe ni ya kom ne abufuo no de pam mahama no embi de pam.
Achinkwana na minum bremu ni adehye odi ahenkan kwa meyeboa me na da semo US nko ade a eye Unity Radio ye tiera.
We don't have to borrow money from anywhere. Just toll the various sections of the road and we'll raise the money to do the roads in Ghana.
Who say man no day? Man day ankasa. Unity Radio yabane yaba ba yawa.
NDC board in Ghana. Samia me pe adwuma ama ya manteni ya mabawa no. Me ba be chanka na nzemu. Nukra bako eni mo kra. Enye nukra ne enye nukra otsa. Afro pese and NDC board
Eye Unity enkabom ko a.
Me ba abeyi Yehowa ma every school. Yehowa nto aba. Na so ya ma na agi school free ni na fa. Ya ma wan kasa so na ya aba ya dwuma. Wa bra ye nto aba. Enti me beyi amba no enyina free school mo na di aka no. Ma be wo free. E to so die mo no. Se o mo empanifo no ya aba adwuma nyina se me yi wo free. Se wo ho ade ko to aba. Na wo ho ya yi sa nkrofo no. Me yi free mo a enkwa
Isaac Benye, Media Unity Radio. Unity Radio 103.9. Unity Radio, Moyo Pabine.
The year, the city has appreciated in value. When we came in, it was running. Essentially, we have arrested it. and the IGP has the keys. He's locked it up. We've arrested.
Sungovodia. Menadao. Yadigana bepiemu abruchire. Upensema ekosu efisema. Upensema ekosu Ghana. Eni onuya. Bebia obetia ni Unity Radio. Unity Radio. Yekuremu se twe.
Wow, talk to us.
My son, nobody say my was one. I'm fit one. My baby.
Oh, talk to me. Oh, talk to me. I said, "Man, I'm talking." So, I'm talking.
Man, eba ne say.
Me ko toilet ne so. Bla ye toilet bia ne kurom ha say. Ana me se me kwa toilet ne so. Me bia na blaze su ne bia me koto pa ho no so be kan ha wone ye. Adan. Sa toilet de bia ne me ma koto so na be ma se ni. Mo toilet kurom ha say kwaka ka nyina toilet ene afan ya wo hoyi. E ma ne me nyina ne toilet ba ko so. Me koto ya na so aba koto me nchen. Adan nchen na ye sa. E ta me ne ko sa toilet ko no.
Oh, dear say me ko toilet so afo so de me. Oh, e ba sa me so menya dai. O so me so tranche. Na me so me ne. Na me ko tonje on no bu afusi ade ma ba ton so me so me dai me ba so. To se ba ko pe. Mi nyina mi ni ngum ho. Mi ti mi ni ngum sa. O ko to so ba no esin chan. So ko te se abrim pia so ani.
Na se eduru bebe e me ma no mo hyeda e na mo hu se ma na ekwa na mo koso bi ana.
Dabi. Ebu ha o enza to tele se to de bia e careful. Du bu careful na ba ni so. Na to o so toilet de o ntimi ni ngo ho na o se de o dusu bie
obi a toilet de wo de na wa de koso na se toilet ne do
toilet de me ko akoni ya o kef toilet de ye si bia ye bu de kef ni atare ntensi ndu bu kef na o ba de siswe
na se mo kre ma na ha bo
e ma na ha ye what is your toilet so ye ba ko pe e fa ni nkwankwan ye o ba ko no be siso no me me siso so what is ndi toilet de enyu mu nkwan de enyina enyu mu ye ni abom comme nous besie abana ntima besi bia ma enum manni sa
ebehuru bebre ebehim bebre amanfo be tonton sansan nanso menka na da upe asanim kiremu dia eno ani Unity Radio.
Elizato. Stupidity is when you have a beautiful wife and kids at home and still receiving insult from a small girl called your side chick. Elizato. Your wife will be naked, she won't look sexy to you, but ordinary bra of a strange girl, you'll be shouting wow wow like ambulance. Men, what's really the color of your problem? Elizato. It is only in Africa women respect men of God more than their husbands. Elizato. Sometimes your ex asks you money just to see if you are still in the same situation she left you in. Elizato. It is better to be a lonely lion than a popular sheep. Elizato. If your brother is so generous to your family after marriage, thank his wife. Elizato. The fact that all birds can fly does not mean that every bird have equal feathers. Elizato. Rumors are carried by enemies, spread by ignorant and accepted by fools. Elizato. Never judge someone based on a season. One season David was a shepherd, the next season he was a king. One season Ruth was working in the field, the next season she was owning the same field. One season Mordecai was sitting outside the king's palace, the next season he was inside the palace. We serve God who turns things around, God of unmerited favor. Elizato. Being dumped by a broke man is like being discharged from the hospital. Elizato. If you want respect in life, make money. Nobody is interested in your age. Elizato. Every man thinks every woman's dream is to find the perfect man. Please, every woman's dream is to eat without getting fat. Elizato. Whenever I see a snake on TV, I immediately switch the TV off. I hate him. That reminds me of my ex. Elizato. My brother, hustle so that you wouldn't come and wait for your children to sleep before you touch your wife. Elizato. Dating a Jehovah's Witness is pure gold. No Valentine, no Christmas, no birthday. You will only buy hair, umbrella, and sandals. Elizato. Thank you very much, my brother. Elizato. Thank you very much, my brother.
Ghana way yedin sampanam en kabomu ye enunti ubetie Unity Radio eye kabomu nko a ana da ho no empanfo se enipa da sane ho donti ana boa kama di na chi kwa abeso na nyansanfuo se yensem pa na apese wutie dia ene e Worcester bonte so ha onua ya sanse Unity Radio ho ana nsem no hwegu ane ye kaya yemwa se pimpim de he ase kire sen mumusu da ya ehyenikirim mumutirimu asem Unity Radio nkwa na enim Unity Radio ya jiba bia boso
asampayetia obanyansafo so obunye wonka na asam tema futu sam kakre wa supreme yo kofi omani ya woman omani ya mama enyi baby akọ tata ya wareni onsom wanini pa asade pa wo fe oye yama embera ye ebe ya ifuyana amaya umano amaya mamana ati waya nura nyamitata yemana renya onso wanini pa sawaya wanabe yama embera ye ebe ya ifuyana onso wanini pa asade pa ofe oyo yamo yambura ye ebe ya ifuyana amabe ya ifuyana asite be ya ifuyana oh amabe ya ifuyana yana yamo yambura ye ebe ya obrayu arabo amabe ya ifuyana emina yamo yambura ye ebe ya ifuyana ese amabe ya ifuyana abraya be sabe ya ifuyana oh amabe ya ifuyana yamo yambura ye ebe ya yamoni ye amabe ya ifuyana abraya boya yamo yambura ye ebe ya amabe ya ifuyana abrayu arabo yamo yambura ye ebe
Unity Radio, the voice of the people.
asampayetia obanyansafo so obunye wonka na asam tema futu sam kakre wa supreme yo kofi omani ya woman omani ya mama enyi baby akọ tata ya wareni onsom wanini pa asade pa wo fe oye yama embera ye ebe ya ifuyana amaya umano amaya mamana ati waya nora nyamitata yemana renya onso wanini pa sawaya wanabe yama embera ye ebe ya ifuyana onso wanini pa asade pa ofe oyo yamo yambura ye ebe ya ifuyana amabe ya ifuyana asite be ya ifuyana oh amabe ya ifuyana yana yamo yambura ye ebe ya obrayu arabo
Yamama Obibia Achim Obibia Kwaba. I Unity Radio 103.9. Freestylers Friday. One of Bosuo and Eddie Brewi. Medi Eddie King Kalusha. I'm privileged to have been on this hot seat the whole of this week. hot seat today we na ba transfer and na me do Anopa Bosuo ebro mo bibia achi mo bibia akwa bakese na ka se wotie o fie mu a o ka mu a o adwuma mu a ye ma wakwa bakese so na de bia sie no ye the weather report in bebro afi wana akye sports update afi sports update and afi yati asimu political arena no eba sebeko benku ana beko nifa ene be twen hu nya nkomo say LGBTQ I won sensam na abetodwa na me ka say adwuma ko a omo eso ya sen ema edwuma de be anochi chrome restaurant Asamas Trading, Dan Auto Repairs, Dr. Kwabi Scientific Healthcare, Dream Africa Market, Paul Amantem, Ochedi Kanfo, Go Coast Credit Services and Restaurant, Kumasi Market, Anochi Trading, and a Faith Marketplace, Sedme Koimu, and a Omusoya Sing, Emedi Medium Prem Toss, Oko Ghana, now is a Unyaka and found Kofi Obusu phone to me before that is only a year bar, Okwa. Wasumejua anajubia oda na wada obi amfatu membe so emisia okonso for sikabra oside mekoi na omaso ya sing na edidumedie be ye kai o say and 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Full and COVID and flu vaccine clinic no Bosuo or 870 Main Street Worcester in course of the program no the full details of the program no bebro na bibia bibia ekoso ya chiche so ma memfa weather report madam mama opo akwaba we mo opo akwaba weather report you know, the maximum is 50 and the minimum is 41 so we ko opo na opo achi mo akwaba
kalu ya nu amejoso
na opo ti say
onyankopon adom
na no one executive producer ma
an executive producer wo mame ho and na de o mame ye available
and na de o ye jumo
and no producer show ni kama ntia the executive producer wo mame ho ntia na de be producer ho
ya fu ye juma ni da
course ni na just say ade because an executive producer could do mame ho ntia on dem buy
okay
buy no say no
okay ezeke for na obojuma na ejuma seni na bi aboko de
erade adum kalu na mi adum ye ho den ade a chin de na ye de aseda na be ma obo ade
okay
ja na humo bro ena ama ye nso a enka ye nsem fatai sebi ya sebi enka ye nsem fata se ne krosan ma ye da foforo e ma ye timi ye den etena se nanso se de David kan se onyame nhwe nipa mfom so ho no ne nadi no one yenso edi ama ene yenso yete ase akalu yenye nipa nsen omo ade anche omo no ye humobro bi na odomfo no de adom ye nti every day that we have breath to live no na I will say de ase danso ye den ema nyankopon nti ono na daruma sebi moje die mu afurisa ne techirema da bodwe mu a onya mfre yen ne de na chese wo se babesom ti eda na se se ne so wakan ya kan ti asefo ho nti nyame adom ye ho aden obi anso ho ye ye che atiefo nyina anso enim se onyame na ohwe ye so boy ho ba ma ade chin ye no wo wa ma ade chin obi anso de aka bia obeye isan se oye titi nyame
yes
oye titi nyame mi nyame okay kalu ko aso na commentary zone maybe no commentaries. No, say I saw pen go feje so be profile obia because also on tesa what I can sorry awko. Ana me pese me hu. Say can end na me so commentaries say Main Street but say me nim so jai dia.
Me jai na mako invade.
Oh miss me ngas we jai o. But just wait me say can end na me nim so ko. But now no am ba sorry ho man hu.
Na must be jai na mako
me royal baby ni ade ye ba ho ye hu. Ana dan de wa ma. Ana won time ko nan sen. I ask questions now your din so be ya no be say who say na freestyling Friday na mbi so asam so nya no we host now me some questions asam dem me be some questions na be some because research you are so penny abre ho pa
na ma akwa ba afiri bi ode na mini
na ho ma akwa ba na say on kasa mo na be some asama say me yi nyame aye so ama eda foforo e na me be say say asori penny say asori ben na ukọ because on te say o kan wa asori ho asem say ukọ asori we na ukọ asori we e na me say me de minim say kane no Kaluati Jamaica no come person me committee me ho come ni nipa bebre o mo ko asori o sa Methodist no mo ho ne say Main Street say 340 right no number ne say
Methodist no was Main Street
no mo de na say me
mo Ghana we see Methodist oh
no minim ni Methodist na 3 Good Shepherd Ghana Wesley and I'm all United na na uko
na me where akwa me ko say me call Wesley Ghana Wesley
uko Reverend Joy ho
Ghana Wesley
Reverend Joy ho
Reverend Joy what a friend Joy
hwe won Kalusha na uko asori ache
Reverend Joy me ko be ko na say Reverend uko Ghana but I mean say friend Joy there
na unim time oba
time
oba Reverend Baye Krafia ba oba kra be program o Unity Radio ha
o sa na mentie
Jesus Christ my friend Reverend Joy ato radio CCC a my friend say ne Bayira hold on
my friend
my friend Reverend Joy did not enti unim so from Paba
my friend
Kalo
my time bako
after Friday one was freestyle on a more serious note
a friend saying I saw pay ko fie jesi over na year na researcher mo no anya na de e na be fa
head of researcher
una be amano
no we ahead of researcher
una be amano
some question sir
say research na be
o say nipa ba peer research
o ba he no o say aso ba ko fie je e na say o be the research I will do akwa sorry
so we research
o de ja say be
we researcher
o de ama say o de ama say de ameti ase o de ama say
student of research
me so de ama say
some question ma me chere ma you are a student of research unim say research nipa ba ko ntumi nye so we start researcher or you're head of research or sometimes you're on field. So we're a student of research. Okay, you perceive who say dancing water. Any biographer is saying the amount for top and master dance. Poland Spring. You perceive who say dancing any I Poland na ye field researcher. Na say me na me conductor.
Who buy no who see aso pay ko feel je say o person research go
research
o say una
yeah I'm a student me say ofa o intern na make come me wia yes
okay
sana make intern make say intern make say o you student of research any pa ba konya research so you dey ukra na baji contract na open crofo even say o ye poll kra na say your phone so a unko ntumi nye data run sampling no does population size this one ufa crofo e be frame everyone say we start hakra na oya won't see achichem precinct district ti we be fa omo ya no mo ye kwan no some person mu cars do fa kwan so for possible road extension and expansion I should say oh they omo ye e bi wo ha no mo mark na bi zo ha sa no nyina research unim say research
oh that's all say or the man na so say
dia ka ho nya me nkwa kra
okay and I say o buy say me
no de otua meka
on contract me aso pay ko fie je say
meka say me na just me part of the contract I'm only an employee wa family otua meka
una no na research ka
wa family otua meka
say ehu say bu me no na makwa say ko am say person me research
da wa family otua meka say me de otua meka
aso pay ko fie je bia wo bia do pay
e chia say na de ma you say I'm paid because no say me ba adwuma me nya nne
okay
but I was assigned to
you Mati why say you are paid.
But Kalu, on a more serious note, I say my friend Reverend Joy.
Oh, friend,
I'm my friend not to phone because Sir Reverend Joy, Paul, so for it me about room her. That's a woman who saw so far about party. Kalu is serious. It is a man who's an a baba acquire Sunday beer. I see a mutu bofo. The 2 bob for no before. Oh, Kalu, so and Ojitu bofo. Like somebody should pick you up for church because omuja wa wangaza umma me see my friend Reverend John upon your boy right Reverend Shep into Kalusha asori penny so we dey wuti o anti wadaruma ayina ye na research no ana ma sha ase no ti se Kalusha on kai time kro ko asori em so ko asori a che pa ye phone line tum pacho na Reverend Joy ba efa papa pom te se Anopa yo oponi papa jina so na me de ko o ba bi ayira wo wa be di mi show yi so mbese o ye ne nyedo Anopa ma me nti o ye mbacho wa bi line atum
edem
okay abusia fo Anopa Kalusha we interview dabi wona nam yem ko papa mbacho pom te se papa interview papa when you interview we asori ba wayira
ya do me hoye pa
papa we dey ma put you on the spot to cry we dey nyame ambassadors for Christ some of the time be am ready papa wo ba ye mpacho di say na kakra ni
ba so we ba me nya afi
asori pe ko fe je mpacho so uti papa mpacho wa asori ba wa ha abrante ya ye nene ne digmo on na se wo host program ikra ye friend no Ken Kalusha radio so there we used to had there no ni die obi adi nim no na ye ba ye na edi nkomo no bisam set se na msi odon fo na dawroma ye ho ye e na ye bobo nkomo na ye opani ba ko ye nyina fan se brother pan okwa SDA ye friend asori pani kofiaje e na o se menya research bi na Kalusha on te se Kalusha kana asori okoda enti me ba na make say minim se kane no no Methodist na wajaya na eno si o first no ko United Methodist na se eno de wajaba Ghana Wesley Methodist am say hey Reverend Joy ho o say Reverend Joy ne hwan papa obani hu o enti ka bibi tira enti na say no e de so fo ba ira do pe se me ma hu se oba ba ko sha wa ira eti o ti o
Sabe, I don't think we are in a mamba. Kristo, Oba, you know, ja 99 no, Ecofa, Eco ye Bakwa, Yakam. And Ube, so be on no Yanes or Hanab a Bako Ira with ja 99 no. If you can use the Sesanatia, the person of our constitution. Into the number mama papa
interview kra unwie na me dia number na ma se sie e ba se sie
into obotienia me I love him and I just want to come to him and visit him masra sabi asori mani nyina na me see din bi sa e ka baba ne hoda da e bi o de wa asori ni different
na papa say edin no cry different na wa hwe se wo kra ba ye afi atwam na wo ma ye no kra won koi papa se we de edin na ba yira wa so de fo kra ni
bibi na si ne kwai ti ejiri ze nya me bibi kwai ni nyina ya ko ti enya hwe ebi no kra ti mi bro ba 5 years so nya me adomo mo ba
amen
every time no Kalusha be ba me nyina ya somo ba de
amen papa we
ya me no aye ira na ase ya ba
papa we de every pan ya kwesi da ya sha se kwesi da ya every pan ni
mate e bi kwesi da mi hia umpa
Kalu kasalo so futi
ye gira ya sorry fe de kama wa ma wo me say a lot of things are happening, good things the omo ma de na omra
Kalu kabibi cha papa e woti o papa ti o kazai aka bi che ada se wada ne mum na nya na host program yi Kalu kabibi che papa sa papa matime bai
ogo ha jire
aso fe ni ko fie je se ne de mo se manya Kalusha ene de makona Kalu so ndimi ngaza baba Kalusi obeba me text the number ma Kalu ka bibi che papa nsa na ko mana kwaba so at least akwaba mana
ogo ha jire let's
go so Reverend Joy for short papa that's it.
Yo, bye.
Bye. Yeah, I saw Penny Coffee just said that they want who nipa no. Also, Kaza, I made an suffer by Wadanumum. Kaluna de Menya, Freestyle Friday. Come on, can say you want to say freestyle.
What's so good with Unity Radio? I say, Mammy Newman Mike Ramen Kofa, FS, a sports update. If you are a rabbit, I saw pay you coffee, the other way by Yasidi. Me know who ye. Maybe I will should be a bit chow, you hear about me say, was so. Cocky shoes, every chow, and now 7 up. Baby, I was be a Michelle. Oh, they are only another way. Okay, you know, TSC, your uncle baby. Young Chesson, my ender in Ghana and sports update via Basum. Controversial sports presenter. Don't have him say a friend particle side man. Was hey, Ghana for the Omega Jew Consra, no mass and the Shufum. Now, some can say Coach Chris Rutin, percent or ye. Jordan and then in India and the day you the senior national team and Nunti and Mbobo Kumase Babaya Sports Stadium no and I'm copying Angola no Jordan or no Patrick and some more can say Jordan a Bob Blaster or Bob Blaster Mamate na no muna as a Gabon on Bonanka or the captain's band and then Jordan Barod Kokoma Songo Nekasa. Oh, come on. Why would Songo try to bring Madam Amo planted seed of discord into the national team? That captain in a great team time biao. I'm Songo Amadino. Remember Kwaja Bakasa. Eti Captain Man Songo say Chris Rutin per se oyi and the captain ban anima a party and other Kokoma Amati. Instead of so called Jordan, nti ono de nhwe mo e say politicians no ene coach no ene afifo no pese omo eyi Jordan ninia and the day are you efi the senior national team no mu eno na ho 7 de aba no enkrafo fom no so coach Ibrahim Tanko enano na abranti efe no afenya Jan na se nkobama bobo under 23 na ofre abrante last minute abrante na amba bemesia kan na musa kodi na wabai no bisa Ibrahim Tanko say abrante oba na so bemesia kan ma na 23 na ne mbia o man mbia no simple ne say abrante na o form dia o ko Tanko be fa no na bemesia kan ma afenya dan now yeah I know I say yeah obetimi Abanaba Bessia can provide say Afenya Jan a form now with me Ababesi Akayano Ama Ghana the senior under 23 no be to me Akonkan Ghana midfielder Dynamo Bakwa no we more a friend of Derek Boating say no Ghana fire imagine so Amanoni now Makofa players Oma BBC Akan Amomu na Derek Boating sama all kind say they said ono de ka ono a nka obehwe say say de ni be che Amanoni bebrebe no nka local players no enso so ye fa ni Kenya no mnya because say Osha Naki Williams blaster fan man buy no or making no impact on the senior national team emra ye fa Naki Williams I didn't remember the senior national team and they going to be here there and other players some person nationality to come and play the national team and come we no sure style of play so because Naki as small can say Naki you say I can say no the kind of funny who the style of play nti my branch no brave pa nti small can say almost over say almost to senya abotama branch no now and some kind of can say yan fa ni so nhwe fie kakra na Amanoni de no emwa kra sana de Boating sema ono e de abetudwa no ye feel wa yes I call abrante efe na afenya nati Derek Boating interview na no sanka say e be hia say efe no ebeko na omakoko sa Felix afenya Jen ewo Italy and sana Afcon no abaso afenya Jen obeka o contribute Emma Ghana for qualify to World Cup na World Cup no ebe ko no ye drop your brand no and I mean say psychological and affecting and emotionally and they say they say or concentrate on the bobo ko friend criminal say nti that no mo friends say under 23 on bobo game no akwakobo and na the gba chance that to just say empany4 and now many no mo ko empany4 now many onko Italy na omo say enko stra brand no na bibia entuming enko nkan yakupo ya aduma over the weekend no matches bi ebeba so na matches eba so ebini ochina Accra Lions ni Kifeza Dream FC so ni Accra so folk Aduana Stars ene ochina ena ni kwesi ada no Aduana Stars ni Tamale City Great Olympics ene Brekum Chelsea Kayale United ene Samates Kotoku Royals ene Mediama SC ena Nsuatiman eni Beche United ena Asante Kotoko Babayara Sports Stadium Retama United ena ne Edwada no eno ye baby any Gold Stars ene Legon Cities yako English Premiership on 5 major leagues no omuko break omasamba etibede league specials ne mawa na afin yako kopen command kitikiti be ba kon menu de asoso na afin ya ba fi ni ababedi nkomo so ko English Premier League ni mo ombesi akan eye ochira but enko oda me league no ochira ene edu eye Friday no Spain Mallorca ni Osasuna ebesi akan ene ewiei agbaha no miensa ena okọ Bundesliga no mu a Eintracht Frankfurt ene Bochum ombesi akan 2:30 PM o hasim ena akọ French League na Marseille ene Montpellier eno so 3 about 3 was in edo cha ena Premier League no ebeba so match encounter between Manchester City and Liverpool Oceano past 7:30 early kickoff early kickoff Oceano 7:30 Man City versus Liverpool AFC Bournemouth Fulham Arsenal Leeds United and United 10 Brighton and Hope Albion and Brentford almost at 10 Crystal Palace in Leicester City Nottingham Forest and Wolverhampton Wanderers and no Nina is how much I make 10 and afi na wi mo 12:30 no Chelsea versus Aston Villa and no any English Premier League fixtures for Ochina Saturday afi La Liga Santander and a Premier League no Girona and Espanyol and no Anopa 8 and Atletico Bilbao and Getafe and Anopa 10-16 and 12:30 Cadiz versus Seville and 3 Elche versus Barcelona afe oko sia anuma criminal Cremonese and Atlanta and Anopa 9 and Inter Milan versus Fiorentina and no see we are doing and 2:45 Juventus versus Verona and no 2:45 and no and oko Bundesliga no and Bundesliga 1 Freiburg versus Hertha Berlin and Anopa 9:30 and RB Leipzig and then Mainz 05 and also Anopa 9:30 sir and Schalke 04 and Bayer Leverkusen and also Anopa 9:30 Union Berlin and BFV Stuttgart and also Anopa 9:30 and Wolfsburg versus Augsburg and also 9:30 sir and we are 12:30 Bayern Munich another top crunching encounter Bayern Munich versus Borussia Dortmund Bayern Munich versus Borussia Dortmund ano ya kansia ano so baso Bundesliga 1 oko French League 1 Auxerre versus Troyes and Anopa 11 and Rennes versus Lens and also area 3 2 matches per and baso French League 1 your chairman menum but the question that the Premier League and a Premier League Kwasiada and a Panonkron West Ham United versus Southampton and then a Panonkron and an area mono and a pa area mono 10:30 11:30 Newcastle United versus Manchester United we call La Liga anymore seta no Newcastle Manchester United 11:30 AM and call La Liga Santander anymore Anopa 8 Satavigo against Ameria, and 10:50 Real Madrid versus Valladolid. And 12:30 New Year Villarreal versus Real Sociedad, and Evia Nomiansano here Atletico Madrid versus Real Betis. Afei yaba ni Serie A na Bologna versus Udinese, and Anopa no nsia apemu 6:30, and Monza versus Lazio, and so ye 9, and Spezia versus Salernitana, and also ye 9, and Roma versus Sampdoria, and 12 area, and the top match of Italian Serie A no as well about Sunday, Napoli versus AC Milan, and 2:45. Napoli versus AC Milan, and 2:45. And Kosiada, and now German Bundesliga no FC Cologne, and Borussia Mönchengladbach, and Anopa Nonkron Apemu 9:30, and 11:30 no Werder Bremen versus Hoffenheim. Mobesi akan Oko Lake anymore. Sunday and a match is in Bibrieba so Lily versus Lorraine, and upon on so Angers versus Nice, non-cron Brest versus Toulouse, and upon non-cron Clermont versus AC Ajaccio, and also upon non-cron and Nantes and Reims, and also upon non-cron Monaco versus Strasbourg, and also 11:05, and Paris Saint-Germain and Olympique Lyonnais, and no 11:45. No fixtures no ya call say Monday enko match say Monday na fe enjamo Monday no Premier League no Everton versus Tottenham Hotspur eno area no miansa and I call La Liga Santander Valencia versus Rayo Vallecano almost be see akan and afi o call Serie A no more Empoli versus Lecce, and Sassuolo versus Torino, and no any lake fixtures are about over this weekend, you know, after the international break. You call and go walk it, and that and such as for the no mania almost a dada banka ever BBC Force says Chelsea for pegging Messi Mount. Say what person betoni biano betoni £70 million. And yes sir Abrante Union Tono and Tikam Enyan say Bayern Munich for as you say obesi akan say the coach no coaching and the friend Thomas Tuchel no osunya Abrante na obeso BBC akan amanu Bayern Munich for now so Chelsea for asu na so almost sign car crabby now Chelsea for coach I feno Anthony outside coach I feno Anthony Barry no a car crabby no money na wi say oba bo Thomas Tuchel no ma mati akana bia tumi akọ nkan amamu nkabu from so Bayern Munich for the betu just say they can rise on your margin say on my target to say on Messi akan amamu Bayern Munich don't say it's not a target for Bayern. Saudi Arabia club Hilal have also offer Messi say Messi akaimano na oba omemema na ometrade car if you say about you are sitting trying to Messi Hilal and Messi na nkasa so enter Miami USA as say Florida no almost so the Arabs just say omia say Messi besi akaimamo enka omepe pa Barcelona for so Abrante Feno Sergio Busquets so musa hiana enka obebesi akanti Messi season we be wie a one PSG for nya de a ombesi akan ebiem na bibia etumi akoso amomo ne krakwa no Manchester United for the Manchester mensa ebi ababetuja say omunya omo a ombesi akan amomo bako Hurricane or Tottenham Hotspur and abako Kudus Mohammed or Ghana ni or Ama Ayas and Benfica for and so striker bako FN Goncalo Ramos omne man say mensa omanya mo say omanya Hurricane omo wako form and ababesi akan amomo na bibia etumi akọ nkan sa nko nketenkete de edo so bebre ba ha na edi besi na afin makọ opo ho na what taking a pic na afin
na what asore peninka
na be maintain nka
na wa check na ho ye de
asore pen asa medical channel na
okay
na wa ode adwuma di ama o se one na nya adwuma no
ma mencha Pastor Isaac na ye chia sofo for Pastor Isaac. Pastor Isaac nso Assemblies of God also ye nyame sofo a nyame nam no so ye nsankyerene so unte Pastor Isaac din da ho obe hu no very soon enche obaba fidie so na waba edi nyame asem a unadulterated word of God aba our throne of worship Assemblies of God church baby asesa oba na obesum nyame so atiase Omo 1405 Main Street. Ehona omo. Oso tie timi ganje oso ochiao. Na ya kwa sorry. Waso atisa no pay so kwa sorry mfie mienu kura twam. Ti Pastor Isaac simi ganje ose ochiao. Omo wachi. Na mfa onya meso ni agro. Ya kwa sorry.
O kaza o da be na kwa sorry.
Eh. Me mfa me so for Reverend na usubama.
O kwa sorry da be.
No me mfa
o kwa sorry da be.
Me my research. Na me do so for to so pa so frame so for to so.
Oh, you be quiet. They be any reset. I be reset.
No, Pastor Isaac so chiao na me ka chira
okay. Oh, that be na kwa sorry.
Kalu.
I don't pay all that. I'm for basi.
Me was
the last time I kwa sorry.
Me dear no. Eh, mamencha.
Okay, David, I order no kwa na say sorry.
Mamencha makonta so utie me. Makonta Kwame Bema. Onedi meyere magechi. Makonta so uye program no akonta for so uti ana wa text so uti unza esa na timayo de nti Kwame baby a obi amecha ne especially your beautiful daughter ya na me refini din no mecha one busuan nyina megidi se mo ya basa weekend ma mente onka na yete onka che ma yente onka na yete onka che na so
weekend when junior birthday na
there be the Jeremiah birthday near Ivory yeah me makonta back girl your friend Ivory beautiful girl
I'm say weekend when
no Jeremiah birthday no him say me cry me mistake and I'm sorry and I'm say Jerry tomorrow is your birthday I say no daddy we are not it's 22nd minim say the birthday no follow on Saturday nti as my so obsessed did you Saturday be na am say any birthday ti do ho enti my encha makonta Kwame Bema ne ba Ivory ho
na me sha mezo papa o
na me ncha maase Mark Chumasi na me ncha maase oba Cecilia Chumasi aka Bogawa na Mark Chumasi so aka Boga papa
okay
mama mu nyina edin ti ma me ncha mo uze no ushia wan mezo papa me ma me Mary Kunana Mezo ben na okay. Yeah, sana mekan yeah.
No so chia.
Jeneso. And na ya no aka na ye announcement
yeah. No be say yeah, na me say na cry say me send atum. Yeah.
Na uni mezo papa.
Na na me share no.
Na uni mezo ma me so.
Menim.
Kwa sorry pa.
Oh okay.
Asem kanam kan me twa me mbo wakutia. Nka hwenso.
Problem ni ho.
Okay. Me kai keke say. Oh, there be problem no make how so ka say we share papa no
problem kwa ni ho
problem ni ho papa ni o ma me nyina
Kofi spray abi chiao
Kofi say we sorry I know my level when the message or the abrem na me person me kan one say Kofi say we sorry I know my level
I know my level
okay abo ni ache ma de meja
say jawa say we be kan we ase dey bi
etimi mfre Kofi fanto say we sorry
me so Kofi ni ma sorry abeko
etimi me say the message abrem me say
oni ma sorry me ko don't think say I know my level you ma sorry
some me say won kwa sorry no and no say we sorry akoye I know my level
kwaku o be say bedu metwa wano so o ma ka say na metwa wano so
na Friday we say freestyling Friday masa me do ya
mama ko Facebook na messages up
we are na mabomani acha sorry penny
mama aba sorry penny
we are mabomani acha no afre
men stretch
sorry penny we are mabomani acha sorry penny no afre
mama Alice Car
I don't want me sports how can
messages na do so I say be Kojo Asempa Furniture Works. Also good afternoon to you. your listeners from Kojas and Finish. No, Kojo de bia de okay, you better say. Kwachi Ohene. Also good morning Opo and Kalusha. And as a Mensa, also good morning Unity Radio. We thank God for his favor and overflowing generosity to us.
And Paul.
And as a Mensa, I salute you guys for your great service to the community. And as a Mensa, Opo, please, you have done a great job for God. Thank you very much. What pleases God most is to rescue a soul according to the word of God.
Amen. Yeah, right. Me that said now no problem.
But as a commercial there, they be me must have
but as
we choir of African.
They be Kalusha as a commercial. No. We are boss, but them 1 minute. As some Isaac Mensa can ya. Then as Isaac Mensa, only no problem. Cry no can papa now. Yana bonnet. Papa Ben American. Or say, the Sonya Coupon in his second. Who suffered by Reverend Joy by Otiasmo Kind. Was saying you 99. 199 ira we just enti and no pepe Isaac is okay said the Sonya meaning is so la waira
okay mama come myself so mama let's go. Good morning guys, please continue fighting for Mother Ghana because as your song stated your mind may God bless you, amen. And as it mentioned to shades Manchester City 5 Liverpool 1. And I say Chelsea 4, Aston Villa. Mumbai to Aston Villa. And I say Isaac Mensa, Kalusha, please. Liverpool wanna buy Messi Mount. 2 why? Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, Liverpool really want him.
And my member say good afternoon, my people. I say I miss you guys yesterday. My member, no. I say my member. So it's Sunday party. Miraculously recover and pray for Arsenal.
Menkasa no comment. They say on some mature to her because enemy Mikel Arteta press conference. Me maintain
Agnes Asari. Say good morning, guys. Continue the great work.
God
continue to bless all of you. And also, Felix Osafo. Also, Paul, listen to you, King Kalusha. Good job and living to Ghana. I'm living to Ghana today.
Oh wow!
I always tune into Chelsea.
Oh, just for any nyame call. Oba hakran kame download your app no ma. Until there we use Samsung no na dey call Ghana download app no ko Play Store. Now download Unity Radio Worcester. O download Unity Radio Worcester. Mo call Ghana bribia o call app no so I said there wa habitumeti hen. Until just go on Play Store. Na download
and our Facebook Facebook
or say bia no drive on so Ghana Facebook dey so share Facebook to any page in that
and Ghana so Facebook
o betumi ahwe say bia o fie dia
basa ka o kam kro o betumi
no driver
let me say voice keke no beti
but say voice there better so beti no app no so because you be tempted to watch the video which is not safe. Ghana so then this is how well nim the way omo drive crazy kakra nti say Ghana dey okwa any acceptable so be video now drive even any highly unacceptable nti or download app now so fear their Facebook no do order that nti e buy a obenya no ahwen but say in case or driver now or town now we Bluetooth crash and asuma and one so nam the baby no tears nti just afo your bomb say nyame mfa unko all traveling messes now mfa unko do Ghana some gym na on sign fa umra mo ho ban esan say ohu hia pa ti nyame fa nko na on sign fa umra ukwa ya koya mohere mukrum one day ukrum hono
boy so on
yamransa yamransa ejaja safumba chokwa na me na de menyo ẹnu àwọn oníkọ̀ kùsù ní kò fi ẹ̀jẹ̀ yìí mo sì ẹ̀dá mumu mi sọ mi nyẹ obi a nti ẹja sàfo kọ abọmọdé akọhwehwẹ King Kalusha kurom họ yamransa never ho report to brain but on a more serious note nyankopɔn fa nko do asomdwem King Kalu no one read Agnes Asare message no already now ya cha no Agnes Asare very special to us ya cha no
channel
mami aba message no so kan na say wan share down articulate ni the ode party asem no asa o share down say the amanfo ntini ye
me kan ni na
ka betimi atobo asisu bi man kanya bad
I don't know kind of soon can be what I didn't also to be.
Oh man, shut up, team. I'm here by a party. And Shannon, I don't know. I missed you guys yesterday. And good afternoon, my people. And I'm a tea. But party hold the answer. One shut down.
Party miraculously recover and play for us now.
Okay. Or see party day. Oh, you so adjective be oh. And I'm a pay. What's the party day? Oh, Kaluda is said what I or say
oh my Casaudi.
Oh, they make us a messages now reading to me man Tiffany.
Oh, say Casaudi, Coswara.
Mamma about wedding name then and ambassador as the host when I will read the messages and Cowboy. I mean, I wedding here. Miraculous.
My car 2 times now.
Mantia, Madame from the was say. Newsy, ya come here near my headlines near upon. Tweet me go be a newscaster and say, Sabe King can for from one. Yeah. Kaluwa me okay, I think say must start off from Fee. If you say Mpenifo say Kalusha Uti, Sasem Enifia and Kofa Sam Nyade. Asem Enifia and Kofa Sam Nyade. Emma. A dear countryman song go yano. You claim to want the best Black Stars ever. They be a bump and penifechi, blast your mo. And sometimes, and so many things that he says, I agree with him because we don't do so many things right. But a dear way yani dangerous. Ghana didn't tell you to me cap Black Stars once I'm near Kayon. A disunity I would team anymore. Efri abedi pele ne akwasi apia so ena Kalu Ghana captains band no adane ya bonsam in winning trophies because when we even went to South Africa captain band in Tina Steven apia person obo penalty asamaja amananye dey
abarambo
so no na ejaya uni say penalty taken as that time so was capito no onsha danya binya dey emmo na ofi bench na ba ne ade but that time he was in the game. Na Samoja Nkobo say no. Sa ade we ya ade a we journalist na wo Ghana na nim Ghana sports abakosem. Enim demo a edi Ghana. Ye call Tunisia 1996. Ken Kalusha sata na wo Ghana. Yenya abedi okay. Abedi 11. Anyway, Tony Yeboah 11. Ye call Tunisia 1996. After say ko boss at Germany. Friendly match na. Boom, right? Almost share 6-1. You share first goal. Almost share 6-1. Abedi bedu later. Ose chinchina nyi captain's band mana. And ona na captain. Ya jima no. Among folks who feel say oh Tony Yeboah na sata no waye wajitin all over, especially in Germany. Waji go kia to aso. Any ebobo no hunting kan fa ona no. Captain band ho keke no. Efiri ho na Ghana yebobo Black Stars anye yebio. Etiye na me a very second from Abedi Iba ebedu siki akono so na ba Stephen Apia time bia ya the captain mo bia onim say Stephen Apia de ba say oni John Mensa na twitwiri ho afekura de bim say osame osakofo na say de den ye de ma no da bia na yakeka nipa tibom tesa nipa na okuta band no na obi nso anya no ho etimpo players ni nso bi pe na asem na team ni mu ye den eche yenim the recent happenings between Dede Andre Ayew any Asamoah Mensah Jan. Now say Kalu want to their course. So TTB. Yeah. Big news. And my attention by homuntem. So the same trend in now countryman song Asimo can say Jordan Ayew na Bob Black Stars at channel. Chelsea ba hoda bay. Thiago Silva oba hoda bay. Thiago Silva bada bay. And so more Thiago Silva captain band. Now they see team no wa about the captain's band man. Emra be na tresa. Kalu catch emra be na tresa. And yes, I ubo chana say lead ade abroni friend say leadership word qualities. That's what I mean when the day he was giving the captain's band, I like because the day a leader.
And also people kwana in reality no this captain's band and by mana na say nearby no. And I say we had number 10 Jesse and the captain's band what the man on shedder. No, sir, idea say me na ma bo change say the captain's band man I see a jai. I see a jai idea no. Eh na etesa. Yeah. Eh na etesa.
Adebi o wa.
Ni sa Kadima so ngonya anya adwene.
1-1-1. Or the problem never team no. And I wan can we can read this story na me say kura we are very generous. Because said you see read this story no money you nice, but the way you see can na nice kura. Why should Daniel Amate captain the team when we have Jordan in the team? That is bad. How person Amate ndwene saying? E dey so na dey to Jordan so dey etrim. Is Amate not part of?
Or say they are doing to move the Jordan.
He's trying to create a big friction into the team. It is bad. Can't you imagine? You're the same person who aspire, who is championing the best Black Stars ever. Say Ghana team they be on audio musi and a Ghana team I say udio matem now dimpen fatem now you say critiquing and criticizing is part of our job. But me the way obey didi atem mean to me day and I'll criticize with some politeness around it. You to me MBO I don't know didi atem but I don't understand and he's entitled to it. I'm not the person to judge somebody. But my point is say who party ya yensan say no. Because when him say adi we ya referee tete captain Emma Black Stars there be any problem. Juvenile teams ni nyina J trophies and now na make catch under 17 ya J trophy ya G Alice anje kra ya G mienu ya san kwaji the Nigeria for and see the second
93
yeah and ya san ko bi na no kra ko di third under 17 yeah under 20 ya G World Cup baako apart from your Africa country bi ajibira
ya G 91 you call 90
what I mean person go back be break cra
na 95 you saje
95 yeah 93 ne Nigeria boy now almost share final no and ya san kwaji na 95 o Ecuador so ati ase oh so atam na obi ko captain ho o ko Black Stars lighter obi ko captain ho captain tina Black Stars yenye no I'm telling you because the players don't play their hearts out. They be another team ni mo che nti when him says we captain na oje a on na be kon ho and nyonyam ne be kon ho na ebi mo nyi omo yam mo na ebi mo ba against no mo mo se juju obo mo na omo be juju so say am pass ho a na omo so yeah and then enipa bi no adwene say then divisions galore. So Songo man as I know shouldn't be doing such things. I think that it's very unfortunate. And yet any mrabia mu book bia ni ho a ya twero wo mu say we a player now no about team nacha as say na captain. There are some people in a team they are not leaders naturally. They are not leaders. And a player bi o ha okoto and as our national team say look at when Asian was in the Black Stars. In the absence of Satamana Tornado Moya captain here. In the absence of senior player bi na obi an Asian na ebo. But ebi o ha na jumping ceremony ade kra no mo abo team no kra chen ACM go ACM kra 2010 World Cup kra wan kobi oboy may qualify but wan kobi what you say it is not who has been in the team for long onim say no bi na no Liverpool Klopp Salah any Trent Alexander-Arnold ebobo when or the captain
the Trent
Trent captain. But obi abeka say the face of the team for Liverpool there. Nka say Salah. Coaches choose people they think say omo leadership qualities be omo exposure any a particular time no ombetumi aboa. Enti Jordan ankasa no. In all honesty, Kalu say the Jordan well na mbisa o any dey see wa when na beka so leader on no ye warrior on the field of play. It's straight up. It's straight up. It me the day you captains Ghana. I like it. Jordan, ne attitude, ne body language, ne Pietro dan to ball. I want you to know more. Unku no more Ghana.
By Angola de obo.
Oh, Angola de obo. Oh baby obo they say. Kasa Angola nkwa na de measure Jordan. Angola de obo. I know I totally agree. Say Angola de obo. Oh, into yes sir. Na asem ni fie wo kofa asem ba sa de ya ada. Nyame ya do asem agyan de kra just na no ya mo san kopeja bai. Na ho sam nam news mu so oni dede na ye serious say ene ma bi okra na enim retire na amafo kopeja bai ya na eba na bi mu credit dia term na afi unprintable words credit bem from the camp near others camp near de wo san kopeja sa de we aba abra ye new coach as say otutu nyoma the coach that we haven't had in a long time. The coach who can take bold decisions and substitute big time players in the team. They see how some be any team ni mu ache. Ne asa be gina e mu a. You the same person, omo ko bobo na se yentimi amo, na yentimi anhye, na anya de a. You go back on your show, fire for fire. No asa ko di o matem. I think so it's very unfortunate. I totally disagree with Countryman Songo. Enye enyini a wanyini ene cha wache o Black Stars mu. Menim some wo policies ni code of conduct bi o ha and I say conventions with the Black Stars some rules and regulations I actually say wa bo team na che and say your captain there I don't know but it says an tie no all can fine but you need to share bi atisa Black Stars no mu you need to share bi atisa so Countryman Songo should spare us na team no enya unity kakra build something special ma on fa views or open ya dey ne say obi open asem me say team no. Every player in the national team can be a captain, regardless of who. Until Kalusha Mitaka Semyo ha, men and I say Abrabona Yebono, and yet how far, and how well. Obi betimi abetena abroche 100 years, but obi back 2-3 years. Na nenyoma eden. Inti obi ana ne shabre, obi ana se de nyame bono. Untumi nka se obi atena ade inti obi ni company mu mai obi ma ene ya ne promote na ko managing director. I think it's unfortunate. Sadiano, Sanet here, dear, and I was Sanet here. Yes, Sanet here. Harry Maguire, was he the oldest player? Oh, Manchester United. Harry Maguire, I met two, Marcus Rashford, and Anthony Marcia.
David, the show crowd for two.
Yeah. One met Anthony Marcia, Mone, Munina, Anthony Marcia, Marcus Rashford, Munina, Muni, and Sana, Mokoto, Harry Maguire, free Leicester. And so now Harry Maguire, Bani, the captain of Manchester United. Man, you. Manchester United.
So Mokotono, Mohamu.
Oh, Mamia Bana, me refer to. Eh, now they say that because I'm Manchester, Dimam Zana Contoka.
I was a Mokotono.
Missy Anna Omo, if you want, Missy Anna Omo Cotono. So, I think it's unfortunate, say some good try now identity wide about team. It is unfortunate. Very, and I know Messi say, Messi, you knew PSG, your mom on the captain ban.
I know.
Omo captain. Yeah, no, some Aquinos crowd. No, Mbappe game be an Mbappe prano. Yeah, they put the captain's band on him. Natural say, na yede. I did be more de ba. No more the controversy about team no. Papa ya de opeso na masan be. It's very unfortunate. Let me move on. The day you. It's my captain. The day deserves every bit of the captain's band because one, the day the most committed current crop of Black Stars players the day form yes is here, but the day is a warrior. And now okuni homa me adia me pay commitment. Oh, adia no be ya na waye onya na onye ebi ni obi a miraculously yes you ne ho atoni. So what I say? Ade. Oh, okay. And I think I totally disagree with Countryman Songo. It's very unfortunate. Maybe all day here Kosisiana. My next topic here, Afenya Martin and Afenya Jan. It's very unfortunate. What here Derek Boateng interview? Derek Boateng was defending him because he had transferred Black Meteors and the management, the manager no near this omo manager day. Never. They feel let down by Ghana because almost you say Afenejan by limelight your friend of Black Stars or the ball by Drew say you World Cup no you cutting it off so they are peeved in some way which makes sense because they are human beings and they feel say well there are some players that went even if Afenejan went and he didn't play and he was on the bench it would have added to his profile but then again you ask yourself no Egypt need you there be national team is for Ghanaians and I wouldn't really condemn him as to say you're trying to friend of Black Meteors or see uncle because maybe he feels bigger say baby and the profile or switching Black Meteors. What I say? It just happened to Kalum Hassan Odoi. England for one friend or 3 Lions, but I'm a friend of under 20 team. Well, I refused several times. Also uncle. What I say? It happens, but yeah, now idea about Kwanka mesre players, especially. Somebody like Afenejan say, as a sort of say, time now ni Marino, a war room manoa or Basrono, say in the form no day, and Tesabio, because in the team you're here from Sankra, a Cremonese. So, shall the performances are on starting game in, game out. What I say, on starting game in, game out. And as a set players, no sometimes Kalu, say, unya dip in former. as I saw more accept say it is true I'm not the same player because player bia when the moment utumi ne modern money tumi yeden eko form kakra but ye de na yenya din kakra na edin ni pagya na edisivu ye ho ye dada ye ho na ye gina edin so eko so esusu say medaso the same player as I was about a year or two ago, which is not the case. So I feel say Afenejan and called by black matches now, it would have served him good because say qualifying your Olympic Games that is also another World Cup. What I say, Olympic Games, semi, and I say World Cup for the under 23 team. Into kwa ubenya kwenya bo and the whole world will be watching Olympic Games. Kwa yeshwe World Cup. Unimza. Yeah, it's Olympic. And see, I don't know why Afenejan decided say on board black meteors, no. But I don't want to also, like I said, criticize and crucify him because according to the what you're saying, they are killing the boy. Ebasana oda no so yima no yenso yan reciprocate what I say. I mean, nipa kalu sometimes you feel say baby amedru dey level wey dey my den matra. What me point now say? Yeah, Ufuso Watra under 23, and he's not the first player to do that. I mean, Europe, like I gave you a typical example, they do it. You invite them to the juvenile teams or under teams, and no just say, I'm not going. Until it happens. So I feel that people want Ghana to be successful. They want players to be patriotic, but I also understand and also point to the best way to understand somebody is to empathize with the person, put yourself in their shoes, not to sympathize with them. What do Hoshan and Pablo also better say? And I feel say Ghana for not taking it easy on the boy. As I they are not seen to be no, say Black Stars. And your friend no see on bar because one call World Cup there, then we can have our stake. But I don't be na between. And Rana make about Inkum Diano. Yeah, he was invited under 20 and the World Cup. And then he wanted to go to the World Cup until Jordan and Agbala friend me friend, and then he decided to change his stance and go to the under 20. And luckily enough, he went to win the World Cup. Kalu won him say under 23 way if Afenejan decide to go. Now February you qualify for World Cup just like you for Olympic Games, just like you were saying. Now you akwaji gold medal. You know what that would do to his profile?
The banner cost.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's up to his management and himself. Me, I wouldn't really partake to play against Leeds United on Sunday, according to Mikel Arteta. I'm happy Mamiaba used the word miraculously. I'm a partake all of a sudden from Monday, ABC Ukwada Yawada if you're in our training.
The injury was a slight injury.
Me misa
it was a slight injury.
Kalu
slight injury. They bet me. I know about me the next day. The injury was a slight injury. Me pobi asema o twitch hour no
kan. Me pepati asem.
I can't asem dodo.
Me pepati asem papa. But me pegana asem more. Enti me pese party talent no. Sesi a enche na party ne ball be wie o Kalu. Enni mfie be ti say num na party we wie. Because he's 30, right? 30, 31. Inti Emra ojina ni pick ya Ghana benya na so mfa so no. I was so boa o mine no. Me nkomo bonyi na no. So, but I also understand as now I meet Mikel Arteta press conference and I was saying Momoni Ghana a good rapport. They have a very good relationship with Ghana, and now mo bisana the entire I didn't know Sunday Fisio Koe and I say Partey is a very important player to Arsenal, very very important. And Nansa Wanya Nagels injury situations near Adeno, so they wanted to make sure say he's okay. Until almost Sunday 29. In other places almost 30, but that's okay. Pese Partey okay until almost Sunday Fisio can ho ekoe no me there with my experience any day minim say Arsenal wanted to send a physio so that ono betumi work around and say oh boy no cry nya fit wa ha na wa mo, but that's okay. Etwema we there be person make can over the weekend. I'm happy that as a Ghanaian Partey is back to play. Yamompa say obetumi abobo this weekend. Now what do Nkunimama Arsenal against Leeds United in their quest to win the Premier League for the first time in about how many years? 17 years or 20 years?
The last one year 2004.
2004. Acho Entikalu next year not 20 years old. Omo keka kom mu die ni bi o. Hey, say enti na Kofi Eje ni kwakushu.
Invisible no. Invisible no.
Yeah. since na Kofi Eji ni Kwaku shoes me kaka asem ya omo pa mabumi Kwaku shoes ni Kofi Eji afeda matemu ase ha say Premier League won so come ade mo achesa 20 years Kalu 20 years wow we dey mudika we dey sanra kamu budan kura gu me so na mu deserve say mu bugu me so afeda matemu ase but on a more serious note Kalu, I'm happy that Partey is fit to play. Me dey menim say no pry because me maintaining and now Kraka say now Sunday do now me catch you so bebo. You were arguing with me, but I told you he was going to play because I knew what I was talking about and I know the Partey gimmicks how he used to. Moving on from Thomas Partey to Mason Mount. Was it Mason Mount for 70 million pounds now? I think I give Enrao Canons or Riffy and I'm but not BBC in Famai, but not goal ni all football, one football ni other way no Eddie Abba, what am I about? See, after the Invisibles, they became so Mason Mount, Kalusha. The best thing Chelsea can do is to sell Mason Mount. The best thing Chelsea can do. I listened to Graham Potter press conference on Anopa. He's praising the boy. Said the attitude was so positive in spite of all the links of Chelsea, a Chabot, or call Bayern Munich, or call Liverpool, and all that. But let's also put it clearly: said Thomas Tuchel really wants him, so maybe that can help Chelsea because top player na teams are it gives you room for bargain. And you be na Mudrik Chelsea ni Arsenal where the big account just like Rafinha, so okay Rafinha to Barcelona, the same. But I call one club, yeah na untai nyabo. So what I say. So I think Chelsea situating Mason Mount at 70 million pounds it's a good deal. What I say. Or a academy player, Wabo, Waji Champions League, and all that. So if he wants to go, the entire Chelsea 70 million, I think say one, it's because of his age. Only Mason Mount is just 23, 24 years. What I say. So he has more years ahead of him to play. The Liverpool penalty so big. Me, I don't really care where we sell him to. All I care is Chelsea should get rid of Mason Mount because say I'm getting rid of Mason Mount, Chelsea team will get into serious problem because one Mason Mount attitude and I'm not make same with you and I mean Kalu players are more England now more yam rough no media na can be more no say be o team mu na wan hwe ya oh Jack Grealish ebi awo ya wo monitor the English media ne pre-match conferences ne omo post omo bebo te say ne say omo bebo game obo call YouTube na omo ye Andy Cole ne Dwight York mo ne Alan Shearer unso mo nyina ye pundits. I watch a lot of them now game per game omo analysis omo ya they focus so much on the English players so and osanko ibroni kra dia na say Sky Sports for no. So, player na nya de kra na bench na no must start attack who coach no because they want their players to always be in the limelight even if they are not performing. Enti Mason Mount is here. Any João Felix, you can say for obi bo abe hwan. So boss have free roll now. Obe bo João Felix, right? But the English media would still want Mason. And na ade ba kwa e ha me Mason Mount ho ni say. So you die hard Chelsea fan. You know ya tetew ya di moja blue na wura mu a anka onye de oye no after 200,000 pounds for it is saying how much is Rhys James taking Arsenal for the Bukayo Saka say no more the man so until he's becoming so much fixated on money as opposed to the love for the club.
We saw him say Chelsea Bobo Kono and no more yinama yinama
player beni yinama
because ball Chelsea one called Debbie Cantia and sana mu say no for so am on Lampard by
Kalisha
and wa bana fire you know
can't say I know am obi ehun say time Chelsea because Mason Mount no o senior appearance and sana called Debbie Cantia. Oh, maybe so. Mason Mount didn't have any senior appearance before. Now he is academy player. And na Frank Lampard new appointment tomorrow. Any Mason Mount and one other player. I'm say goalkeeper bakukura. And or best Chelsea say oh, mo form academy players here mame. Na me form call Derby County. And you on loan. And no mo call excel here. And you fire there by. Elliot mumu player Elliot no wankolo obiara de na ne player yeah academy players ne de obiara de ne de kolon wankolo check mo players na mo kra mo academy player bi ne wan we the Trent Alexander no check the track check it Trent track
academy
and I'm say checking the track.
Let me check it.
A time we move to player or academy nas will move near na kolon. No acquire the near Naba or kono £20,000 sterling. Or buy ne modern course run your 2 straight about 5 years. And you call £100,000 sterling. Now you want to improve, you have become more matured. You see a more 100% increment, £200,000 sterling. Also pay the Raheem Sterling £300,000 sterling. And Chelsea sees you don't deserve that. I feel I catch him so Fulham. Okay, we catch him so Fulham. Every team, Ebia Baloguna and US in England they come home for national team. Arsenal player, unim so Arsenal player. Balogun. And Kenya this year no shiny ekran kan him Arsenal player be a friend of Balogun. Balogun. Obia sending the players on loan. Into way in news, because the engineer player no more senior team da.
Threatening call loan, Bibia. No,
Elliot no make and I say check a threatening so tracking.
Threatening call loan.
Na Elliot
Elliot is call Fulham no.
Okay, and Elliot unko akra. Mo players be there that will be na me no kun hu ha say. Wo sorry I say the Gallagher call loan. Player ben no. Me refinidin.
Solanke.
No, Solanke, they say Momoton free. Solanke was a Chelsea player. And Moton, they say Moton, or no Moton. No, academy player be last time, no, now Cassia, the young color Colon. Curtis Jones is so Colon. Anna, a acquire Japan, say Asia, near Mokofani, Modena, Southampton.
Minamino.
Okolon, and son of converted to a permanent. Okolon, Upa check it. Minamino.
But so no fair academy.
No, some say players. I don't mean person show players. I don't colon. Ono kra mu cotton no. Ono kra mu cotton no. Mo di colon. Elliot to colon. So many players. Liverpool academy players. Opa go back. Na mo kra say mo ni academy players be mo team nim. Curtis Jones and Elliot and the Trenton kwa.
I want to catch you.
E bi me no wan. Robert and the Roberts onye mo dia o.
Huh?
Yeah, ono wo camera. Onye mo loan player. Onye mo academy player.
That Roberts dey confirm.
Yeah, nti wan bi catch me.
O say.
Wan bi.
Nico Williams ni
Nico Williams o Colon.
Not Phillips me na no.
Not Phillips we mo players or two mo dey. Ye cap players are first team players. Chelsea, Reece James, Ubebo Mason Mount, Ubebo Ruben Loftus-Cheek, wan bi kra Gallagher. Players o maji dey wa players abubo wan atini.
Not Phillips ombo.
Oh boy.
Nico Williams
ye players are boy. Play Chelsea players and boy. Omo nyina bo England national team. Nico Williams wan na bo. Wan ya friend da.
Ombo Scotland.
No, Scotland dey nya papa. Scotland is so many team. Scotland dey ya cry player. Okay, Ampadu. Ethan Ampadu. Ghana player Ethan Ampadu mu nyina say ne. Sa na dey kan dey on cry weekend international break ko he ball and obo. Players from England national team. Sa na proper academy players. Ya dey na free. And none of your friends say at team rant and I say say players. Oh player be and Trenton cry sisi akra mo so asan I won't mean defender. So I think say Mason Mount maybe there I'm a Chelsea fan as everybody knows. Bakalu honestly speaking say Chelsea torn Mason Manta my nibeje. And for that 70 million pounds you bet to me the biatos aso players because remember when him say Chelsea opposed to a car. For the first time.
What the car?
Yeah, opposed to loss. For the first time, what you say? Nti Chelsea anya careful. Some and you because so push to a casa. Not just say you are getting to Manchester City level of financial fair play ni abechu. So I think that anya Mason Mount I've learned that there's going to be massive cloud. Mason Mount, Robin Loftus-Cheek, Christian Pulisic, a lot of players are going to go. Conor Gallagher, the SC coach in the panel, so I know that he might stay.
Coach in the panel.
Yeah, Graham Potter, yeah.
Coaching better now.
Nakalu, you think me manage what to? Papa, I'm not in a position to make decisions. Papa, I'm Pamno.
Sense of better how they are. Maybe
no, but man, I can't go at now. Compamono. So 15, 1 in 15. Crowd man it now. No, Obepamno. We need to trust no about drawback. Obepamno. But me or Kwanka me, but I think say if Mason Mount will take the £200,000 sterling and sign. So be it. If he feels bigger than 200, Kalu, Yamanko. Tony Barry to Bayern, I think say it's likely to happen because Mikacho said Thomas Tuchel can say
it's bound to happen.
It's
bound to happen. It's bound to happen.
Yeah. I think say Kalu, Barry, Papa ye ni chere ye Thomas Tuchel chere ya no so okofa Chelsea free kick expert. Once Chelsea is able to negotiate compensation, no more Jana Manakon, I don't really have a problem. I think so. Saudi club Al Hilal for Messi. I think so it's about time Messi thinks about money. In any case, Messi I'm making a lot of money in the game. Maybe can you go to Argentina and give Argentina the rest of you? And like
one time, Messi Mount Pisca. One time we'll be the Uncle Pisca. Now Messi Mount to the new
or Messi or twilight of his career. Messi we
but football so anything can happen.
Edru baby na
injury can
no we Messi and Yesika check Messi sika
Messi Mount injury can also set in.
Oh, na the Liverpool ni mo na mo ka say na ye ka ti mo me stingy in England e hwan ya
stingy saying stingy way
mbacha won check him play ni sika ma me she opa ko check wages na ye ka players team amuntu a wo be kan de wo be ka say play me pra e den na Sadio Mane free o arguably my best player. And then I'm with Janman. Arguably, my best player before he left. No, arguably, my best player. And then we Sika mo de mo stingy. Kranti Kasika sama men can be. Mo Liverpool ni asna. Teams be anya stingy in jam. Mo ye pepe papa. Mo mi no. E kan ma mo can be cra. And I think say Messi when yes scary. That's what I'm saying on national. Mago kan to wako come into kwa medi bia kwasara sorry pani obeya ma obefrem sisi a say mago ka say moye pepe wa mama ka by fact there teams are England no pom me stingy pa Arsenal Liverpool very stingy musika say won koye yeah entertain say Kalu Messi call Saudi can prefer because Ronaldo is there so nanka I decide na san here about the Messi Ronaldo fan. No one can go Asia for Mpeja Asian League in Sukakra. I think so it will be a fantastic move. And now Benyeska once almost on Bemano Nisika no best watch Ronaldo baby bro.
The highest paid
in the world. But me no nanka me from angle said on patriotic point of view, Messi do Barcelona do maybe now only say how 700 and something thousand pounds a week. Yeah, no 1 million Barcelona before he left. 1 million pounds sterling a week. Until Messi is loaded. I think saying Kababia would do and what I would do is I'll go back home and give my best to the league in Argentina just for my countrymen to also feel me not on a nationalistic and then complete. But hey, whatever he decides because Major League Soccer na Saudi funds so maybe he might decide to go for money. Manchester United Diana Midiwi we saw Hurricane Mohamed Kudus or Concalo Ramos. Omo pe omo miensa na say Hurricane between Hurricane Kane ni Kudus and now Concalo ni Kudus.
Concalo be
option to Kane.
Yeah, by Kane no the omo pe no na
so na omo priority.
And Kudus
number 10.
But other option be Concalo.
So omo enya Kudus a.
Omo enya Kane.
Omo enya Kane yes so no na omo mienu na strikers. I also medical can I'm saying Ross and Rich me can say Hurricane abebo Englander. I strongly believe that he's going to play in a Manchester United shirt. Chelsea, Manchester City doesn't want Hurricane anymore because of Erling Braut Haaland. And Bayern Munich also want him. Real Madrid also want him. And to say suitors now, Chelsea, Bayern, Real, and then Man U. But so better in England, like I said, Tottenham, it will be difficult for Tottenham to sell almost priceless asset to Chelsea because of the rivalry. Manchester United almost share classic Accra distantly Muwa and so Tottenham and Manchester United have a good rapport when it comes to player sales. So I wouldn't be surprised say how much Chabua to some of us 100 million pounds.
Yeah,
100 million pounds. Yeah.
But I'm for almost 80.
Manchester need 80 ko, but Tottenham wants 100. Manchester need prepare 80 million bid. And then I make count has say more munko eno mun san soro Papa Daniel Levy. He's one of the ugly guys. I'm using ugly. Yes, I know what time. He's one of the ugly guys when it comes to negotiation. Well, yeah, well, crazy.
Why do you want to use the word ugly? one of the best negotiators.
No, you can play around with words.
One of the best negotiators.
No, just say
No.
Kalu, English language.
Just use the word the best negotiator.
English language.
Or this guy they bought the team as ugly.
No, when it comes to negotiations, or you're one of the ugliest in the game. Just say or to say kakai.
The best in the game.
Oh, you can use it the other way. You don't have to always use positive. You can go the affirmative way to make it interesting. What I said, he's one of the ugly. But when we use negative word in a positive way, what I say, we use negative say about negotiations or it means or kakai or one of the finest, if not the finest. What I said, that's what I mean. It's what I'm saying is Manchester United pa 1,500 no kotopono Hurricane ye player 100 na mato Anthony we kra moto on say
na ya kasa moto de say na to na
moto Anthony we kra moto on say Anthony e bia ono maye language Manchester me say omo
moto on say this is the second time Manchester
no say wa America only near alphabet ni mo ha
nti sometimes akoma catch you sila me Manchester ni
me say omoto ni say maybe say Anthony omoto ni say
me Manchester go
thank you
Bobisa Nash
Timatiska we credit me
ato Nash 7 up
what Timatiska we ato Anthony na say Hurricane yes £100 million na say mo fan kwa mo ntena hoy na mo dran na Bayern Munich na say Real Madrid be fa wi na mo san betena hoy so I think say Hurricane I wanted him to still be in the league but it depends on what Manchester United decides to do because me say Chelsea there will be extremely difficult for us to get him. Kalu, the only match I make us offer over this weekend, now me de make us by we was Sporting Arena no, Manchester City and Liverpool. It's a game that every soccer. Me pen up me see the only game. Want to me for some me can me ask and me akon. Me choose them pay. The only game that I want to talk about. A City near Liverpool. I think say quite a cagey game. A lot of significance. What I say? Because one, Liverpool is trying to get into the top 4, and any setback will give Tottenham and Newcastle more gap over Liverpool. So Liverpool really need 3 points way, and we know how Manchester City is also on the heels of Arsenal for the EPL crown. Nti ono so nim say or drop points against Liverpool pe Arsenal be san ye den ahobo akwaja no se see agab no how many points 5 points
Echo
8 oh Echo 8 the NSL league na Arsenal Nigeria Echo 8 with no outstanding match. Wow. Let me no Kalu M say 5 because Arsenal show outstanding match no about 2 and Arsenal show my standing match and I Like I say about 2, let me just check it quickly. Now yeah, share
69-61.
8 points.
Yeah.
How many games played?
But Man City
outstanding game.
Outstanding game.
Yeah, yeah.
Outstanding
Intina my because I say na City ball I think say boy FA Cup no. Once Manchester United near ading na mo sa weekend before international.
Well, Manchester say almost 26 games. Manchester United. City about 27 games. Manchester United.
Yeah, Arsenal about 28. Man United no, Man City about 27. Man United now about 26.
Yeah, Tottenham 28, then Newcastle 26.
And Man United crowd almost 2 outstanding games.
Yeah.
Almost 2 outstanding games. And Liverpool is about 26. So Liverpool has a chance of getting into the top 4 easily if they can make it up this weekend. So Kalu, it's going to be an interesting game. I'm sure Manchester City near Liverpool anytime on Bishabiano a KG encounter. Regardless of Manchester or Manchester City or Liverpool position, on which more than Jurgen Klopp, this is one of the games he admonishes a lot, and I know it's going to be a very KG encounter. Reading from BBC Team News, almost say Erling Braut Haaland is doubtful because of groin injury. Unyaye until when Timian call international duty with Norway, so he's a doubt. But I don't know say will recover in time because Minya da jinti Pep Guardiola a pre-match, but BBC might have picked it up. Normally, team news number and Phil Foden. So they said they name no remove an appendix into surgery. So Phil Foden is automatically out. And Abrante Darwin Núñez, my player, is in contention because or withdraw from Uruguay squad because of a cut on his ankle. Onya cut into a withdrawal from squad. But according to report, just BBC just said he could be back to play for your friend is saying Liverpool. And then Thiago Navigator, Calvin Ramsey, Amunina sideline. I don't know when Thiago is going to be back. Oto akokra the tattoo no. So Oto player now so say what they akokra na betonwa. The tattoo no. So I think say it's going to be an interesting game. But unim so share head to head Kalu. Liverpool vie to complete a Premier League double against City for the third time, having done so in 2005 and then 2015-16. First round, sensei.
First round, was it 1-0 or not 2?
Mu winning, right? So it's the same mo quite hard, right? Okay. And BBC say more try some more double because Mushe City. I know I'm saying 3-2. Mushe City for the more person Mushe City for the third time. Back to back. So let's hope somebody to me. The Reds we are 19 points behind opponents in the table. The most they have trailed City immediately before facing them in the Premier League. Inti Muni City Mboya omo 19 points is say bida. This is the first time City is so able to win 4 consecutive league matches for the first time this year. Omo to me winning matches makuma 9 year day. Kaluti omo winning matches makuma 9 twice. So what I say?
1-0.
1-0. Yeah. Winning matches 4 into also this season. They are trying to do so in the EPL for the very first time. Pep Guardiola side now winning 25 of their previous
October 16, 2022.
Yeah. And Pep winning 25 of 27 home matches in the league. And we'll lose 1 or draw 1 this year. And in the home, the invisibility is there. A 6 consecutive clean sheet in all competitions would equal their club record. Someone to me and for ball and throw Martina. No more ball 6 matches. I will be to me for ball and to Martina. Our more recorded last time they recorded that was in December, I think November, December 2020. And just like I said, Haaland has 42 competitive goals in 37 games for City. Just crazy, phenomenal, unbelievable. You know, the only player one team more in a season for Premier League club, Ruud van Nistelrooy, 2002-2003, and Mohamed Salah, 2017-18. Salah share 44 for Nistelrooy share 44 for United, and Salah so Ebeye Nenyadua. Omunyina obi share 44 respectively for the club. So I think that something is brewing. It's going to be an interesting game. It's going to be a KG encounter. Like I said, Liverpool are in danger of losing 3 consecutive fixtures in all competitions without scoring for the first time. Someone to me and Shegoa. And it is more important for Liverpool than I would say it is for City. And yes, in here City, in here 2 teams in now, but Liverpool at championship aspirations and getting into the top 4 depends largely on this game. Someone lose the 3 points at stake. I bet Tottenham Newcastle, because to see more outstanding. But the Barca, on the Tottenham, some more about 27, and now we must so about 27. All the other teams, I'm say, Momu only 2 games over Arsenal. I'm about 28. What I say? Yeah, inti very important. Say Kalu, mobile try say Mulusu match we because okay, Tottenham about 28, so that's a good thing. Tottenham about 28, Newcastle and about 26. Newcastle and Munyina about the same number of games. Inti Newcastle. And so 47 points. I'm leading must say 5 points. What I say? It must have drop extra 3. Now say Newcastle to me share over this weekend. It is going to be a big blue for
so 2 games.
They also have 2 games and they are leading you 5 points. What I say? That's the point I'm trying to make. When you standing into I had to say Newcastle, and say and the young fan say only a pet and will lead you 5 points. And it's a lose no Sansha or Gabo 8 points. And or 2 outstanding, or also 2 outstanding. So it is going to be critical and crucial. And we are in the run into the league. Teams are more relegation will be fighting fiercely for survival. What did I say? It's a very crucial encounter. Very crucial encounter. The 2 tactical brains will come into effect. But it will be some say when the Beshenas will be person to chacha. I think tomorrow City will beat Liverpool. That's what my instinct tells me. And upon all the analysis that I've made, considering the whole matches Liverpool, City, I think City will carry the day tomorrow.
Okay. Upon national now to say, or don't know this one. I said about corporate politics. No, wait me the enough from advertising after from now answer na your call.
Inti oko for commercial break akraba.
Okay. I'm going call commercial break.
Now they will be free. Masa enya odai.
Masa, even though Liverpool for me for matter, but with me City board me so. A change am boa.
Oh, say no there.
Yeah. And I mean Liverpool for your job.
Say omo ya there.
I almost say before. Of course, from prayer, Liverpool for
oh, say opinion there. Me dem adwen kire no nti so de no you well respected, but as to say bebam no yasem. So person no be me ahyem radio so akamani beje pa. Obama ya shemu aka.
Oh, very bad thing. You will go to very much. So,
enya pa no ne de kan. Na officer Manchester United mo ko bonam nim se be shemu 7.
They say, all the the so we say. Is it born no enya the other face. E say put ya ku oda se fra no. E fi so abetia no. E tell say o timo ya ade. It no just say we are Liverpool for that any ticket to go with my chair for mu edi. O din for mu ni da. Yeah, this is what you go now. If we are Liverpool, it's a
Ojo ose ebere.
Let's see everything situation. Carissa. The only time I support Carissa, I don't know. So I may time because you be your party as a case of and yet now all got there. 54 you know, possible,
oh, maybe my analysis no na come to that conclusion until you're also entitled to your opinion, but as to whether I like your conviction. I hope I ain't shame. Ubejim. Ojo
They say it's a better show to know. See, Liverpool just go to now.
Okay, but why now go drum yan shim the audio ya tear that's it.
I ain't them. You have
I say, Opa bon shame. The opposite so could be a more better.
Oh, yeah, no, make so I ready there. Ojo, so I ready there. You bet me a shame live. Ojo.
That's what free say.
I was Johnny. We Bema so my ready. I shame. No was I to so no Johnny. As Obama man comfort. A man a bomb in some mama. Hey, brand work could go do. No, they are to swear Johnny. Massa.
Okay, yeah, that home after an announcement we have
announcement
announcement
you could 3 classes eja brefa buzi ase bra benchiro
yeah that home aba ya ba ya dia ka bebe 12 so tibenyi kasa enfidie ni fia me ba sia.
When you thinking of a party and wedding or locations, just tend to the one and best in town. Of course, catering and take down the test of excellence in style. We've got African, Oriental, and continental cuisines, so make a date with us and rush. Call to place your order now and let's save you reels down. Gold Coast, a taste of excellence. So call us anytime. We will deliver. So make a date with us and rush. budget is too small. Gold Coast is all you need. Gold Coast, assistant business.
Again now open. And when you say on to I'm going to free Ghana ban. No money try much.
And to move restaurant to Papa Bia, Menya and the pet dear. When you say me dear, Semenya Fufu and Asa Benku and Dida Krokranoa. At the Sunday Mebuada.
Now I won't come and found I'm not to Chrome African American restaurant.
I'm not to Chrome African American restaurant.
Exactly.
Media, Mempedi and the Bolivia, that's Amenumu.
And nothing I made the walk. I'm not to Chrome African American restaurant. Now I'm with you and a pebby to say Fufu, Benku, TZ, Shiozafi Papebi, Wache, Red, and Nishiya. I confirm. A banga star, Dokunin Chinamwa, Neshato Papabi so come home. A Ghana and Sapapabi to say, and Safufu, a Japia Betes, Golda, Star, and a fake club be a yibi. Who been your beer to chat the Abowedian so?
Hey, Sandy Naduo, now what buy at?
I'm not your Chrome African American restaurant to buy 14 years in here. No, what Gia Basu, what you best do, make best African American restaurant. I want New England.
And that the best Tibu Chrome Ghana. I'm
not your Chrome African American restaurant. Ewo number 687 Millbury Street, Worcester, Massachusetts. Friendly for a nimro baby Ewo 508-753-8471. Fax and so a 508-459-7880. I'm not your Chrome African American restaurant.
Ya tu kwayo na fufie bia ni unya bi mpo na wadi menia ya ba ya saa ye didi nnuane ya bia na moaye nanso America ha de se wo pe ba bia benya fie nnuama no aduane ni wadi ama ho atode a ene na ye ba bi ba ko pe Faith Marketplace ho ene ye ton Ghana nnuane kobi enwo bode banche kontomre entos enyadoa mako adwene amane ensisawa ene nnuama a wo betumi dia ye nkwan adi ama ho atowo ene tumi na biribiti se enwo prekese emre dawa enwa kwansusua hwentia ene yakakadrom nyina sɛ de yenya no Ghana no a me se wo benya bayire bode mankani more ene konkonte Faith Marketplace ɛhɔ ne ene ma no akodi dwada bia nyoma bia wo hia ɛyɛ fie nyoma abɛyɛ aduane de Faith Marketplace Worcester MA01605 196 Lincoln Street Frawanom 774-535-5188 508-410-1794 abusia ene ya medase papa afen na me be feel say ni go fie
Sabuche for Wuba wedding live and colored.
Ye Musa Kotoka Airport. Me how pass the Siani and Aduna Yebelandano. Any a hunyoma bebe. A busia fonso nedi can kokumasi. Why never fine? A henny
Mama, relax. Prime Store. A boga beer downfall. Pussy free plane one. A bus papa train the wako kumase. Sinyane, takrade. Ho, Nigana Fanain Bia or Pesoko. Do besi opnano pay. A buonin soda for mama.
Is that so?
That's simple. Free. And now WhatsApp +233-27443-7958 and now +233-20125-6289. Buki Prime Store CCA. Every kotoka. Edikosi wopnano. Prime Store de Wobeko.
Prime Store. Safe, convenient, and affordable.
Asamas Trading. Efie beye da. Asamas Trading. Eduane beye da. Asamas Trading. Sa wuti Worcester bonte so ha na wuto niema na mfiri Asamas Trading a ene wa fom kwan. Sa wo pe niema pa eye Ghana ne abimemu eniema ye de ye aduane. Ama aduane ye dem afie ye akono. Na enye Asamas Trading na wuto afiri amese wa fom kwan. Ahana enuane ahodo ne enam. Afiri Ghana ne abibremu aman ahodo. Ebedu Worcester ha no. Ye ne kama ne ye ton for fofofo ɛdeɛ na wopato ɛyɛ adwene akranteɛ akokɔ anaasɛ turkey a yɛaho no hama kobi papa bi ɛyɛ dwanam akokɔ nam ɛyɛ fish nantwinam beef ananam bia a wopɛ a yɛahyehyɛ n'adaka mu kama no ɛyɛ asamas trading ɛna wobɛnya no ɛno akyi wopɛ koko bayerɛ anaa biribia a yɛde no aduane wɔ fie a asamas trading ɛna wode w'ani bɛkyerɛ na deɛ akɔ no na ɛde wɔ mu ne sɛ wɔn mo nneɛma nyinaa yɛ fofofo wobɛtumi de EBT anaa food stamps atɔ nneɛma fofofo ɛfiri asamas trading ɛwɔ 1084 Main Street Worcester Massachusetts wɔyɛ adwuma firi anapa nɔnwɔtwe ɛkɔsi anwummerɛ nɔnwɔtwe dwuada kɔsi memenda biara enti da biara pɛ sɛ wodi dwa no wobɛtumi akɔ asamas trading anaa frɛn 508-796-5117 anaa 508-615-2097 asamas trading yɛma wɔdwadie yɛ fofofo
Asampa etia Obanyansafo so obunuya wanka na asam Tema futu sam kakre wa asupeme Yo kofi Omani ya woman Omani ya memana Gini baby ako Wachata ya wareni Wonsom wanini pa Nasadipa wofeoye Yama yembera ye Ebe ya ifuyana Oma ya umano Oma ya memana Ati waye nura Yamitata Yemana renya Wonso wanyinyipa Sawa ya wanabe Yama yembera ye
Dama mo bibia kwa bakase biom waso afi na ochima fidie na to a Unity Radio 103.9 Anopa Bosuo no na yede ebro no yede sports statement no akwakokugu ya bebetie sibo political political arena na afi ya hwetwe nkomo na bibia tumi akonkan balance na ebeko politics no enka bo ba ko bi mu bi ewo mu ma me kopo no fa ma wi a na afi ya ba be twetwe nkomo po akwabe
asenkaibo
ade tonde
ye won kaibo ne wa
ade tonde
esa uchimi
ade tonde
akalu ye de asede ma Dream Africa Market 369 Bencoach Street said me kan no ene Africa stores na dawson ti uton your man make sure say ube rurum no apede ne nema na den efo emu ye na ko store no so hu say store no mu hwam ho ye kama ebi mu ho a owura ho abonso be ode perfume kakra gragu obe pie na oho de mecha no nti bra Dream Africa Market 369 Benco Street yellow rice jasmine ne boafo chamber bia uba ho ni nyina obenya bia to omo 369 Benco Street ho na be Dream Africa Market ne emphasize bi Emma Dr. Kwabi Scientific Care se ene wachi bramu wachi kase usisi ukon pain bia wotena sia wo bransa na watumi asori atene mu a bacho ene Dr. Kwabi enkasa Kwabi Scientific Care omoso etayechi ena edi dwumadie no edi ebre eti for 371 Pleasant Street so wo pain bia mu a wo de Fred Dr. Kwabi na obejo so na wabo papa na waye adwuma na che since 2017 nti Fred Kwabi na omo se fa se wonam pain mu pa dia but he's the best person. 774-386-5640. The number ni bio 774-386-5640. Ofre Kwabi Scientific Care. Obejo so na bibia so etumi akọ nkan. Omuso ebo enchidom etayechi ena omodi dwumadi edi omotayechi me di dwumadi edi ebre en etiefo. Enye omo a anke ni baby dam se kalu omo aka ne de ewadi ka bo mo adwaton de nti ebetumi ade esio bade yanka etiefo se ebo no mienu a eye COVID and flu vaccine clinic ekoso ewo 870 Main Street so you obi a unyango vaccine no anase flu shot unyango obi a na pese wo a mpacho akwanya bade amount free of charge nya de agiska oba so be wo vaccine ni mu bia na yamount $75 gift card. $75 gift card. Anochi krum ewie obesan serve free lunch for bia obeba ho bia free lunch. Ena groceries ombesa distribute groceries edwadie o ma hihye niam anuane e bag ma eno so ba ye de bi ohia bia betumi agibi se bia open snap application so ba betumi aye no ho oyo bia o qualify for food and monetary assistance and snap no ni na ba mpeni for ho betumi aboa na waye bi ohia appointment bia eno an se obe walk in eko Nana Maswa Ajemfra 870 Main Street ne ho no na dwumadie no ekoso like I say enne twam na wa ma the rest of the programs no mbeto aso aye no weekly but and then omoma $75 gift card into betumi akwa flu shot free vaccine free said yin nim say ngis card da no na ya ma $75 gift card na ya san amount anochi kroma aduane edi free lunch na ya san amount groceries. So we hear electric or light bill bia o sika sem wo form ntimi ntua wadwuma wo ye wo form bia ntimi ntua ye single mother single father na unemployed and I say partially employed I mean part time ni nyina no omo betumi aboa wo but o se o pese omo ma electric bill assistance no dia o ba number 1 for why dibra na omo bi here last for of your social security ena de kire se oye adwuma ana onye adwuma proof of it se oye adwuma de a na odi bia o pay star ba ku bia o je na no na de ko but se onye adwuma de a you tell them say onye adwuma no de only income you don't have to prove na ena copy of your electric bill na ne be mo ehun ka o de no mo twa ma nti we no nyina ekoso ene ewo eye 870 Main Street so pay further details bia betumi afre Masola Jimfra 508-926-8875 508-926-8875 na oneno akasa nti we ya COVID and flu vaccine clinic ekoso from 6 months e ko bia akola bia to me from nkwadabre ma ko mpene for ho bia to me obi kala
okay well that's it pam afei yantin sim ewo political arena eho na yaba beji nkomo no na nkomo be na aba nkomo be na esi nkomo esi ni se LGBTQ issues no so ekoso
LGBTQ
why they ekoso I plus no ekoso yipa na o GTV ara GBC lawyer Moses Fuamoni ene professor Tachiwa Menu omunya banta bi ho na ade bi reho the sign na nika na mami ko kache Moses say oye no junior na Moses say oye mi junior say eno kwa de me nko o de mebo yina ma wetie
I'm interested I want to listen
mebo ma wetie na fe Kenya as so president
onim say German journalist
and
also ko interview no just I say ade no mo ba na mo to so
Kenya president Fred William Ruto ono so aka say onekro de omo de bema onim say bema eba ne ware enye bema ne ware ana oba ne ware nti ono so voice bi o ha eno so ye bebo na okọ parliament wo so a papa ye fe no jemakpo Roxiness jemakpo ono so say you know when they are beto me pass the bill on parliament na say akufado
the mafia po
yeah
I'm say onona only the bill no
Saturday for parliament member
yeah menim say parliament but me can say anti-gay bill no yeah
well can be say ono so the nsema betuja na ono so points bia make you say o twa adwan so say udisa ejamba sem na eno na bia ho betumi ato adwan mu ama do akwakotom ana say ebe in prison eno so ebe do ebe kan ho nsem bebre ana parliamentary committee so I say omo hwe say controversial anti LGBTQI no bill no plus no more say omo de be pass na bibia tumi akọ enkan eti eno nu nsem bebra aka yede bomba wodi nya akwakoye LGBTQI hu sensem pass hu sensem ti ma me ni kan na me nko Moses wo na me ko bo ne banter with Professor Techiwa Menu on sensem na mbra omo fero no mo interview no wo GBC na no premier na babbo Kenya de no na fe de aka na to aso ti ben you afide ni fi ase e ba sisi a
you're prepared for me. That's fine. So I am asking that I'm a boxing connoisseur. So let's get it on. I mean, next week, Friday, whatever the date that she wants, I will meet her. In the best tradition of the bar, she says that I'm her junior. So what? Madam, I wouldn't have responded to this, but that's fine. I don't know when you were called to the bar. But I was called to the bar in 1990, almost 34 years ago. So if 34 years ago doesn't mean anything at the bar, then I don't think that you have an appreciation of the best tradition at the bar. By God's grace, I was trained by one of the best lawyers this country has ever had. I don't know what practice that you have had. So what do you mean by I'm your junior at the bar? So what?
Mr. Moni,
okay.
Now that you've responded to one aspect.
To me, my dear, look, you left her to make these statements against me.
And we give you an opportunity to also respond.
Please, listen to me, yes. So don't cut me. You listen, you were sitting on the television, you watch her making these disparaging comments about me, you never tried to correct her, so allow me to speak. Believe me, I'm saying let's get it on next week. She said a number of things. First of all, she says, oh, we have an agenda. Really? You don't have an agenda? You think we don't know those who are behind you? By the way, a doctor mentioned retired Supreme Court judges who looked at our law. I can give you even the names of members of the bar who looked at our law. And they are very proud members of the bar, right? We are not afraid to show those who are supporting this. We were talking about, if they are pedophilia, then they can be arrested. Do you know what homosexuals do? What are the practices of homosexuals? A lady of your age, you are saying that a man should take his penis and push it through the anus. Is the anus the orifice for sex? Madam, I'm asking you, Professor, is the anus the orifice for sex? And you're saying that, we already have them in our society. Of course we did have them in our society, but we never encouraged it. If you say you are an anthropologist, you should know that. Show me, I don't know where you come from in Ghana, but I will challenge you to show me the place where you come from in Ghana, me and you. Kafiri Kadoche, we will go there to your village. I am a Santi man from Cape Coast. My mother is from Cape Coast, my father is from Agnodobi. We will go to your hometown, Professor, I've forgotten your name. We will go to your hometown and we will argue over there and we'll see what your people will think of you. How can you say that our culture accepts a thing like this? That a man should take his penis and put it through his fetus? And a lesbian, what do lesbians do? You tell me. Lesbians open their vagina and people put all sorts of implements there. Look, let me share this with you. You're saying that it is a hate bill, it is a hate bill. By your demeanor, I feel very sorry for you, trust me, because I have spent my money and we have built a holistic sexual therapy system. We're spending thousands of CDs on people who are into this business. The church has supported us. So we don't hate anybody. The hundreds of them come to us. 99% of them that we test, they are HIV positive. So don't sit there and tell me it is a private matter. Of course it is not private. When they get into these difficulties, we are the ones that receive them. Dr. Apia could be sitting there. He's dealing with people. He says, we put intersex. Really? You don't even know. As I said, we have deleted it from the law. In any case, who are intersex people? Do you deal with intersex people? We are dealing with intersex people as I speak. We are taking them through our medical system and we're going to take them through surgery. This poor young lady who cannot even go to school. That is the way what we are doing to respond to the problem. So don't tell us that, we hate. This is a hate bill. Hate bill from where? Who hates who? Look at you sitting down there telling us that we hate. We who are spending the money to cater for these people who need help, who are challenged. And then you are saying, let them do everything they want to do in their private, even if they're putting their penis through feces. How can that we medically right? Do you know the pain that people go through?
Please allow Mr. Moni to make his point, and then we'll get ahead.
People incontinent, people who put on pampers. Have you seen a homosexual before? I am asking you, are you a homosexual yourself? Are you a lesbian? Have you seen any homosexual before? Do you know what lesbians do? Do you know what lesbians do? People are having sex through the anus. They're having sex with animals. And you are telling us that, oh, that is fine. You are an anthropologist. Really? Anthropology that allows a man to put his penis through feces. A bitty, fumu. Is that right? And when we have come together and you are saying, oh, it is coming from abroad. Says who? Look. This legislation has nothing to do with World Congress of Families. The Congress that was held here, let me tell you, we funded their trip here, if you get to know. We paid for their trip here. This legislation was drafted by us, has nothing to do with anybody. And look, you probably, as I said, you always talk and you say you've read the legislation. Have you read the part that says that if somebody verbally assaults or physically assaults a gay or persons engaged in the offenses that are created under the legislation, those people will be punished? Have you read that aspect of the law? Have you read the aspect of the law that says that there will be care, treatment, and support for people who are very involved in this sort of thing? And that during trial, investigation, sentencing, and even when they're in prison, if they recant or they realize that, oh, we have a problem, so we need help, that there will be care, treatment, and support for such people? Are you aware of it? You haven't read the law, and you are just saying, oh, it is a hate bill. Who hates who? I am sorry, don't worry. We will do this again. And I'm telling you, we probably will not do it in GBC. We will go to your hometown. I am challenging you on television. Tell us where you come from. I come from Cape Coast. We can go to Cape Coast. I will mount the stage. Tell me where you come from. We will go to your village. And then we will mount the debate over there. Me and you, Kabiri Kedochi.
Okay, lawyer Moses Swamoni, one Professor Emerita Professor Techua Menu Omobanta no emra na interview no ewo GBC and GTV emra no only did gomo about LGBTQI plus one sense no yanko Kenya so president before William Ruto also the sense bi atudwa emra na German journalist bi interview no about LGBTQ one sense no tie papa no so sema okan na afi yemeto ayenkomo twetwe no so.
By touching on an issue that has been the source of some international controversy, the LGBT issue, which in many East African countries has been controversial. Just recently, the neighboring country of Uganda introduced very draconian legislation, which caused quite an outcry internationally. Do you have a feeling that Uganda has gone too far with its legislation?
I am Kenyan, so I'm sure Ugandans can speak for themselves. I can only tell you about Kenya and what Kenya as a country and me as a leader. We've taken the position that the provisions of the Constitution as it is today, the provisions of the law as it is today, we allow other countries to do what they want to do. We cannot dictate to Germans or Americans or French or Ugandans on what they want to do. That's theirs to choose. For us as a country, we have taken a position, and that position is informed by our culture, our tradition, our constitution, and our laws.
But those laws do date back to the colonial era in some cases, and critics outside would say, well, LGBT rights are an intrinsic part of human rights, which are internationally recognized. Do you recognize that? Do you see that the rights of LGBT people are intrinsically a question of human rights, which are universal, or do you feel that it is simply something that it is for each country to decide?
The Kenyan Constitution is a 2010 constitution. In fact, it was celebrated as the most progressive constitution, providing especially the chapter on human rights and the rights of people and the extent of the protection of rights of people that is enshrined in the Constitution. And in that context, in the formulation of that Constitution, the people of Kenya spoke expressly as to what kind of rights and to what extent everybody can enjoy their rights without infringing on the rights of others. In Kenya, the only understanding of relationships around marriage is around men marrying women. That's the context of a relationship that exists in Kenya and exists in our constitution and is provided for in our constitution. And it can happen elsewhere. We have no issue with people celebrating their issues in America and in other countries. That is their choosing.
Just very briefly, I mean, it was really just a blink of an eye also in Europe, in the United States, that marriage was only between a man and a woman as well. It's a very short time. Do you think that will never come in Kenya, or you think maybe it will just come but in a longer period of time?
I cannot tell you. I cannot stretch my imagination that far. Maybe we can leave it here for now and see what happens in the future.
Kenya President Paul Ruto, William Ruto, on Sema or the Kenya. See Kenya, almost constitution in the almost 2010 ya na baby ha and the aesthetic categorically say human rights obi human rights no aesthetic in that law. But for me call parliamentarian of South Day, I no Roxanne Nelson Demapa on also I didn't say I can me person me can count on the because you bobo me and kind on sema also the ababe to edwan. Also the member of parliament for South Day Roxanne Nelson Demapo has refused the assertion of President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo that the proper Human Sexual Rights and Ghanaian Family Values Bill 2021 anti-LGBTQI plus bill has been substantially modified. According to him, the final draft of the anti-LGBTQ bill, which has now been laid before Parliament, remains essentially the same as the draft submitted to the Legal and Parliamentary Affairs Committee of the Parliament. Speaking in an interview on Joy News on Thursday, monitored by Ghana Web, the MP added that the only variation is the change in the name of the bill and then reduction in the number of years for offenders to 3 years to match the existing sentencing laws. That he claimed the bill has been modified is a big lie. Or see, the president has been misadvised. The Attorney General brought an advice in the form of memo, just like the other 150 persons and the CSOs who have sent memos. The president said there have been substantial changes. We propose the bill. If we say proper human values and it's changed to human sexual rights and family values, is that significant? That is immaterial. We propose 5 years as penalty, but the existing law says it should be 3, and that is not any drastic change because you will still be in prison for engaging in conduct like this, he said. The MP went on to list some of the clauses in the final draft anti-LGBTQ bill, which the Parliament is expected to debate and pass today, Friday, March 31st, 2023. If you go to clause 3, a person commits an offense if the person A names or purposes to marry a person who is of the same sex as that person. B. Knowingly marries or purposes to marry anybody who has undergo gender or sex reassignment, except in the case of a person who has undergone a surgical procedure to correct a biological anomaly, including intersex. C. Marriage or purposes to marry any animal or an object. D. Hold out as a lesbian, a gay, transgender, transsexual, bisexual, online, non-binary, and all the categories under the LGBTQI plus concept. And also, Nadia, they can say that presidency changes about changes on the who say, oh, you will say, I send it, first, now a proper human, proper human sexual rights. They say about proper human sexual rights. And no master son the abam. Na on the who says I changes in fact she embam into a modification of president candidate on the who was a proper human values. And there's so much changing like a human sexual rights and family values. And no, or the other because first some proposes and could be any money and come more and 5 years. But then say abam say Omoka says will be a money on 3 years mum instead of the 5 years. Yes, and the Mako Pona and send me and say, I did 2 days, or Chena Jina fee, and Komaka Chino, Yadi Sosu Nafi, a BA phone lines, I'm a tear for almost so much. Moses for morning, Kenya President William Ruto, and Demapo, Parliament Saturday.
He's one of the proponents of the this bill. Ono Sam George Munina Kauna pushing for this bill to come into effect. But I'm said I can't LGBTQ once I've already stated my position. So I feel say Kalwana me send video be my own. Krumha I start back. Yeah.
Or say I'm a cat. I'm a cat.
Thank you. I wish some can to me. Yeah, so bet me about sa illustration quicker. Nanka okay, because we've been talking about this for quite some time. So sometimes repeat unya divergent views. So I'm on for Kasasa, and I will touch base as you get the audio ready. I'll touch base on the Kenyan president and Asamokan. Kaluya Drew maybe one big celebrity in America also has an audio. I think himself also cross and send them out. Or can say so also be gay now only problem. But don't go to schools and be teaching and be orienting other children, other people's kids. Don't go and be teaching them. They are my children. Me na yesa me all right to say me bringing me back up the way. What you say? Me pay. So also you don't have the right to be teaching my kid gayism, any lesbianism. But I think that is just by the way. Ghana issue now here can see here. Unse share now what sign who say because of Nanado minimum the Nanado aye to the international body. Kaluwa who say omo dinidian bonyum. Misani sa audio ni ma. Yeah, wasi wabo gay nyum. Oda media no ode wabo gay juma de Nanado edian bonyum. So wabo gay nyum. Enra me Sunday BBC CNN for headline the bro. So kan ye.
The
be phone line it too. Yeti enyum na yede Nanado de oye ntihwe se artist oditi LGBTQ member in USA makes it strong to thank Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Listen.
Well, there's still work to be done. You know, I've worked on this thing in Ghana right now because there's a lot of persecution of LGBTQI+. Well, there's still work to be done. You know, I've worked on this thing in Ghana right now because there's a lot of persecution of LGBTQI+ people in Ghana. So I've done a song where I'm singing to the president. I sing, Nana Akufo-Addo. It's in the song. I've used him in the song.
And have you finished that?
It's online. It's
and
been.
Do you know? Has he heard it? Do you know?
I hope so. Mr. Nana Akufo-Addo, I sing to you. All love is true. I sing to you. You know it too. How can it be he don't love me? I hope he hears it.
Wow. And man, that voice is, you still got it.
So, baby, echo. LGBTQ community no, I embrace you, Hussein Anado, Eji Adienatum, CNN for headline, Mutroy. I sent it to a sorry penny and ra. This is how it reads. CNN for Himpo. Oh, M7 se phones near 20. Me send the crowd. Me send the headline now. You don't check your WhatsApp because I sent it to you. Me very positive. Me send them on me send them a sorry penny cry. Or say Uti. Or say Ghana's president softens country stance on draconian anti-LGBTQI bill as Kamala Harris visits. Into CNN for say Nanado wa good in name ewo oman no yigina bre ewo sa LGBTQI conversation no because of Kamala Harris what a visit. Baby, do you see this are some of the things I know can say so we president I will lead nipa enti di nipa no se omo pe no na wa ya amomo se ba ye na kalu Ghana fo nyina majority say ye na ye de ho ye nyina ye pesa de na the president has no say. What did they make? Yeah, you do what the people want for them. And you can see you see your cultures, your values, your orientations, your national values, and your traditions, your constitution, BBATia, into Yempe. Into Nana, the yes, one send Kabeka Kamala, on say Kalusha, Sadia and Anado ye and Asa reignites our conversation way. Adia Nanado ye and Asa Kofa Sadia we are dying and saying, but Nanado response and as I call reignite to the point so I say I'm Rano Crano, baby a very winning in a Yasesa holding in a may you honor free my say, and Adam Mafia Conso Cassa, it is not true. Maybe Nanado has been misinformed. What I said. So the point I'm trying to make in this Kalu, ya can't we can't.
My son, my men, kind so I say, oh, you sure.
Yes, send me send him on ra. Yeah. Inti I'm rofuning na onukra we the oye na na Akufo-Addo no ono.
Well, there's still work to be done.
It's in the UK. UK artist or you gay. And our sister say Nanado agya tuma ne sa no waye nwom de Nanado din afra. Na so te ye. Okay. And maame na o ka no. Omu ko school. I to say certain parents and teachers, more illustration. Now listen to what she said.
Graham.
Hello, my name is Lindsey Graham, and I am a cat. Meow, meow. I'm not a woman dressed as a cat. I am a cat. By show of hands, I'm curious, how many of you believe and confess that I'm a cat? Great. By show of hands, I'm curious, how many of you believe that your child or a child from this school would believe that I'm actually a cat? No one. You are right. Why? Because you are not stupid, and these children are not stupid. Truth prevails over imagination. Reality exists. Discernment is innate and something we are biologically wired to have. One look at me and you know this to be true. I am a woman posing as a cat. You may also think correctly that if I truly believe I'm a cat, I have a mental disorder. If I suffer from a mental disorder, and if I am unable to discern reality, am I safe to be around children? Would you put me in charge of making critical decisions about the safety and well-being of children, and about the direction of their education, when I cannot even discern truth from fiction? Confession. I'm not actually a cat, guys, just because I say I am. You've not agreed to or committed to addressing me as a cat simply because I demand it. No tail, whiskers, or outfit makes me a cat. Just like no lipstick, high heels, or long hair makes him a man, a woman. It is just as biologically impossible for me to become a cat as it is for a man to be a woman. and you have one job as members of this school board, and it's defined as this. School board members are responsible for broad, forward-thinking, minute analysis and decisive action in all areas that affect students and staff in their schools. I ask you, do you believe that the actions of a grown man playing dress-up as a woman affects the students and staff positively or negatively? A public school is not the place for social experiments in altered realities or gender ideologies. It is not the place to celebrate a grown man with a mental illness, dressing as a woman, and teaching kids lies. Children come to school to learn facts and truths about reality, including unchanging biological truths about science and nature, not to learn that they can change biological realities and become anything they want in the name of diversity. What you're actually doing is worse than just lying to our kids. You're forcing them to be participants in your lie, in your charade. You're forcing them to deny what they see with their eyes, and you're forcing them to speak lies. I ask you again, am I a cat? And if you say no, then the mindset must be aligned with your discernment across the board. By allowing a falsity to be displayed and paraded around the school, you teach children that truth is not existent, facts are not real, and biology is a lie. You fail at your job, your only job, by confusing children and teaching them untruths, and to coddle a grown man playing dress-up as a woman. To be displayed and paraded around the school, you teach children that truth is not existent, facts are not real, and biology is a lie. You fail at your job, your only job, by confusing children and teaching them untruths, and to coddle a grown man playing dress-up as a woman. If you were to address me as a cat right now, it's as ridiculous as when you say Miss Bixler and a grown man's voice comes thundering over the...
Thank you. Miss Lindsay Graham. Ono esema odo tu jane se untu ko fa be ma so oba obeti se oba na obeti se be my voice and eba it say
this woman a school the school and parents teacher association, and this has been one of the best presentations I am around. So or say I think the only thing we didn't do right, and it's now a project video no, because it's a video or call meeting or do and they say or shut idea to say okra at idea color it's dotted to say I Sir boy friend zebra to say okra and hand want to say zebra tiger yeah and now they at idea no okra dua day
oh no what share
it so and what share at idea to say okra and then tina and then I saw to say okra. Into the first thing I'll be say I am a cat. How many of you believe that indeed I am a cat? Put your hands up. School move. Teachers need a board of one school committee for now. And be some say how many of you believe say or no say opposite say I am a cat. How many of you believe that indeed I am a cat? If you believe I'm a cat, put your hands up. Nobody did. Also, of course, truth prevail over what? Imagination. Truth prevail because when him say a friend Miss Graham.
Listen.
No more be catch him say me okra to me kasa. No. But under this LGBTQ no, when him say to me kasa o okra. You don't know that? Utim kasa o okra, utim kasa o ponko, utim kasa o kraman, you about me bema to me. You can be anything you want. Yeah, you intina plus no intina kwa na ekono. Se queer ne ade no. Intina ekosa no. Intina obisa say how can a bema all of a sudden bitimi aka say me your ba ade a biologically impossible. Teachers nkamo kire what we call facts over fiction. But say much so fiction over fact. Intin kwada no a mo kire o mo ade no. I'm relating it to because no school. No. Are you teaching them no kre? And then or say you are teaching them to learn so they can become anything they want, which is a lie, and you are forcing them to buy into these lies. You are teaching them that truth is non-existent. No kre ni wiase. by telling them say oh your bar you can say say oh your bema betimi akasa oh your bar oh your nipa betimi akasa me ya adwe betimi akasa me ya ponko betimi akasa you choose how you want to be addressed.
Yes.
Kalu, what kind of world? And as I say, one say a drum maybe Bible can say, and if I be papa say bonne, any afre bonne say papa. So ye Christian ya Bible dia, and I think Quran so be wom minim Quran mo papa. By no one eba no, and no one eba no, and I am so impressed about this woman. Say school mo there, and Kenya baby a be a social experiment. Nya ha na ebe social experiment won kwala so say we o ye bema nso ni o so person o yo so ba ntiem fra no ba e dey wi ase na ewura mu na America na Europe for mo anya mo ade na mo de mo se yema mo nyai na yen ko dak ye tie ba bi kom de yen na nyame aboa na etimi nya e banch apese bi a ye ni na yin nyame aye no matter the situation. So Kalu Asifim Sem, and I'm happy with the Kenyan president. He was very straightforward. Or see here the Hano, Kenya constitution, Kenya mra, Kenya laws, Kenya tradition, Kenya culture. They are catching any the nimuni say, Obani Bema, and a day, a worry. Period.
Me be pen you don't say. Now, when we say human rights issue, no say this constitution was just done on.
No, sir, Obisa no na kwani kan or say, only ni say a yetitiho. Your constitution in 2010, a very progressive one.
And now
was celebrated.
That human rights that was specifically stated in that constitution.
I say what chapters talk about human rights.
Yeah, that's right.
Because you can say about human rights, not say and defining human rights here. It can mean anything. It can mean also no more can say another can be say human rights. Obi right and you under obi knows unimza. And it makes me like I me ko bokro no because makes me feel say me bokro no mo beka say be proud obi makes me ekum obi but these things bring diseases. Moses for money and no interview no and then can any interview crowd but unfortunately let me so or lecture or catch him say time no ye we kakra on said nam doctor one wadam for bar no a friend emeritus one no on no kasa no unso catch him say oh, that is so many be can because when justify the entire about to me a bema biologically internal can say my men wadamfi Graham we know or see truth is much say truth is not existent and facts are not real because if biological facts are real there untumin kasa mo na mo kofa chromosomes XY chromosomes ni ade usu biological na make my raw. Oh, XY chromosomes one na mokofa bae. It is a biological factor no cre. Na no determine the gender of nipa na afa dia mo beka say na wo betimi ya wo wi a wa wotumi choose gender. Ewiase be ni. Kalusha. Ewiase be ni ewrami. Enti unso oni omo ye debate na say argument na say mo chirechira adwena. They try to attack you. And that is exactly what the woman did to Moses for money. That is why Moses for money was raging. What you asema okache no? Oh, Moses for money kwa friend dey ono oye me junior. Ewo. Na yesi wo bi your junior ntia na na do nyo bi na kire na de. Joe Biden nyo bi na kire na de. Is he not the president now?
Yeah.
No be your junior was school. Ewo, Ghana Bar Association. So what? Mami when you interview kura media me I personally don't know her what in the ahe.
Oh bataba LBT in buy no. Wo say kind for 11 be.
Omo call parliament no.
Dem for 11 be now omo together with Ampal.
Yeah.
Oh no can be.
Na make no so omo call parliament.
Yeah.
They went to parliament.
Yeah.
But na make say we am what in the but Moses from money who doesn't know the name. The fact that oye junior no intina na da bia me kan wa brabom say enye how far by how well. Junior now the bear mono. I'm happy with the way Moses put her at the rightful place. Junior now the bear mono. And come on, I didn't for you, Junior on Galuja. When the baby can then you attacking the messenger. That is what they do. They attack you to make you look uncredible. There's a onye credible ntini pampo ukasema ni say eden itio because you debate about LGBTQI. You have your point. Inti numerate nature. Moses for money say nyankopon ye bema to oba to sebi yemfa waste and emfa ye ko school a ye sua biology no kalonya ho na ye scriptifa
yeah
ho na ye sebi ye gya ye nan fa nyame hyeda bo sex organ ma bema ene oba ayete say screw ni na yi ewuram kama what I say eti say ye can some na ye debate on facts na ye nkyere say and unless the professor is telling me she no longer believes in biology
I dey ba kukura me ntia say ne na omo so omo parliament omo deliberation to pass this law no vote the bill to law no
they can't vote on the bill to law they can sign they can pass it as a bill. The president only makes laws. President can sign an law. Parliament passes bills. Then the president signs the bills into laws. What I say? Before Parliament, the president reject here. What I say? Kaluti me. If the president says, because said you are not worker say he will step in. If the president says, oh no, so on signing there, then it can go back to Parliament and the Emran say, I just only 2/3 of Parliament.
Well, okay, so that's what my question is. And then I almost debate. I don't know now. And then the risk of it. Maybe Ghana as this how you are baby because I now didn't call Parliament.
No, this bill has been there. Now say Bamba Bemukra bekan wasem so damene committee chairman na nyema no wono ho no omo na block ade na omo mpese beko. What I say but now say na enipa nyina adwene nyanya den enya nkoso maami ba ye na obeka asasem we no ena nanado response ode ma say oni committee chairman akasa oni odame attorney general akasa ma omaye sisan portions a na ehia omranim nyina oma modify aye ramifications eno na asa akotwe nkomo we aba magana fo hu say oh na che say president ne ka ho bi a on pesa bill we be pass nti through his attorney general and the committee chairman and omo block the passage of the bill because it is no secret to say this bill is being pushed strongly by NDC MPs. What I say? MPP 44. But because the minimum so you or many members are on about 2. But inwardly, omunyina and support. But because the president is somewhat not making his position clear, and into almost say omube you or money. But I don't know, chairman, suppose when these issues came up, say, oh, your laws near the end, and say, you know, they all don't like it, but they are afraid to speak up. That is why sometimes it is disappointing because your parliamentarians, you know, last week, one Rebecca said, you don't mind a puppet, executive, you don't mind a puppet. Okay, I said, read this story, but yeah, that is what is happening because a parliamentarian is supposed to put the executive in check. Until a buy mono government, what checks and balances. Executive, no, a was Rokalu. Na legislature na yeden atosumi no na judiciary atosumi nsa de enti e ba ne sa ne se executive no ono na oye owo tumi kese ba said de ne tumi no on abuse the powers ni nti what I say na legislature na make sure say bibia e ba ho bia no enam ne kwan so ebeboa o man no nti omo no na ebeji atum anase ebe because na do the bill bia ba say ti say yi levy na so parliamentarians no if they were independent enough no mu feel say emwa Ghana na now the law bi aba omo betumi ama law no enye den empasse bill entimi pass into bill and a president na ko sign into law what you say but because the parliament is so divided so partisan and they are not independent minded obi ansuro say me serve me master na now do hu say me na me vote to tia we me ho be kire me o ahwekora makonya no ye ma me mprebiem so they are all living in fear in tatters and into omo ntumi nyi omo ani mu mpie.
Okay, but I can't was it the parliamentary committee recommends passage of controversial anti-LGBTQI bill. Or say the Constitutional and Legal Affairs Committee of the Parliament has recommended that the House pass a controversial proper human sexual rights and family values bill 2021. According to the committee, a majority of Ghanaians are in favor of the legislation. While admitting that the bill had a significant human rights concern, the committee informed the House that it petitioned the Attorney General for its opinion. The 18-page document, which was signed by the committee chairperson Kwame Anyemedu Entry, has told Parliament to pass into law the proper human sexual Rights and Ghanaian Family Values Bill 22, according to the amendment professed by the committee.
Because I started my kind. Ne tintin ni tieti ane say committee na yede bill ne sha omo Omo ade aba beto mra hye bedwafo anim say omo hwe bill ne mawie nti yento so aba na enye den omo njintum omo jitum wi ana afi omampani so akodu no so ayeden assign nti that is what is happening now. Na manage say afi the finally MPs na nkasa hu say ba bi ade na ikono kalo ayeden ehu nti also omo make move because sa bill yi ba na nipa be brave esusu say enya ade bill na be den ebe pass ebi mu say ebe ka enko ebe say na ekodai na da ekodai no na nipa adwene enya enko so say this is what is happening behind the scenes. But now the Kamala Harris ba ya obekan no ama ye hu say oh say na che say any bi ni sinti and ama bill no kalu ayeden akwakoda, and that has re-energized the Parliamentary Select Committee. Say omo ensign enkotena se na finally omo pushi nti yehwe the speaker because on san rechi obebo speaker audio ha oka say si ane de mra no na wo say enye nanado na wo say because you passing to bill we are na ekọ nanado and nanado eso ya ne say once the people of Ghana na we a private bill na parliament agiatum no the nanado wa ne say ode ne nsa be si so no ayden no assign into law now I share the execution. So what I say. So I'm happy, sir. At least we are making progress. Say Siano, Akwakoba say Parliament Select Committee. Edi abase omahwe mwawie omayi bibia wie. Inti Parliament ehwe na yem pass na yen yintum. Inti let's wait and see. Say on say